come up to meet you, tell you I'm sorry. You don't know how lovely you are. I had to find you, tell you I need you, tell you I set you apart. Tell me your secrets and ask me your questions. Now let's go back to the start. Running in circles, coming in tails, heads on the sides apart. Nobody said it was easy. It's such a shame for us to part. Nobody said it was easy. No one ever said it would be this hard. Oh, take me back to the start. I was just guessing at numbers and figures, pulling your puzzles apart. Questions of science, science and progress did not speak as loud as my heart. Tell me you love me, come back and haunt me. Oh, when I rush to the start, running in circles, chasing tails, coming back as we are. Nobody said it was easy. Oh, it's such a shame for us to part. Nobody said it was easy. No one ever said it would be so hard. I'm going back to the start.
Hello, everyone. You're listening to The Usual Saints on Stickem.com. I'm your host, Mike D. That was a little bit of Coldplay with The Scientist for you. I'm actually alone right now. I'm waiting for my other partners to get in here, Big Dog and G Money and Sainte. They'll all be coming, but they're all running late to show you the lack of professionalism from these guys. So since I have no one to really bounce ideas off of and thoughts and topics, I think I might just play a little bit of things until they get here. They should be here soon. If they don't get here by like 7:15, I'll start the show. But right now I'm going to play a little bit of Linkin Park for you with some Sainte from their album Meteora. It's a pretty good song. Check it out.
A little bit of disregard, handful of complaints, but I can't help the fact that everyone can see these scars. I am what I want you to want, what I want you to feel, but it's like no matter what I do, I can't convince you to just believe this is real. So I let go, watching you turn your back like you always do, face away and pretend that I'm not, but I'll be here cause you're all that I got. I can't feel the way I did before, don't turn your back on me, I won't be ignored, time won't change this damage anymore, don't turn your back on me, I won't be ignored. I'm a little bit insecure, a little unconfident, cause you don't understand to do what I can, but sometimes I don't make sense. I am what you never want to say, but I've never had a doubt, it's like no matter what I do, I can't convince you for once just to hear me out. So I let go, watching you turn your back like you always do, face away and pretend that I'm not, but I'll be here cause you're all that I got. I can't feel the way I did before, don't turn your back on me, I won't be ignored, time won't change this damage anymore, don't turn your back on me, I won't be ignored. No, hear me out loud, you're gonna listen to me like it or not, right now. Hear me out loud, you're gonna listen to me like it or not, right now. I can't feel the way I did before, don't turn your back on me, I won't be ignored. I can't feel the way I did before, don't turn your back on me, I won't be ignored, time won't change this damage anymore, don't turn your back on me, I won't be ignored. I can't feel, don't turn your back on me, I won't be ignored, time won't change, don't turn your back on me, I won't be ignored.
All right, that was a little bit of Linkin Park for you. I'm Mike D, the host of The Usual Saints. Still waiting on the guys, so let's go ahead and play a little bit of Green Day for you. Another one of my favorite songs. It's from their album American Idiot. It's Wake Me Up When September Ends. Enjoy.
Summer has come and passed, the innocent can never last. Wake me up when September ends. Like my father's come to pass, 7 years has gone so fast. Wake me up when September ends. Here comes the rain again, falling from the stars, drenched in my pain again, becoming who we are. As my memory rests, but never forgets what I lost. Wake me up when September ends. Summer has come and passed, the innocent can never last. Wake is what I lost. Wake me up when September ends. Summer has come and passed. The innocent can never last. Wake me up when September ends. Like my father's come to pass. 20 years has gone so fast. Wake me up when September ends. Wake me up when September ends. Wake me up when September ends.
All right, that was Green Day with Wake Me Up When September Ends. I'm Mike D, part of the Usual Saints, host, creator, producer, whatever you want to call me. Tonight I think I'm going to be acting as producer once the rest of the guys get here. But until then, I'm going to play some tunes. And this is a little bit of an oldie, but one of the favorites of mine. A band called The Beatles, you might have heard of them. Here's one of their songs called Back in the USSR. Enjoy. All right, that was a little bit of the Beatles for you with Back in the USSR. one of our members has shown up, Mr. Saint, our usual producer.
Howdy.
But we do need one more pair of headphones for when the guys get here. So I'm going to play one more song. It's a song off the Garden State soundtrack. See if you enjoy this. When we come back, we'll start the show, whether they get here or not. So here's a little bit of Coldplay for you. Enjoy.
Bones sinking like stones, all that we fall for. Homes, places we've grown, all of us are done for. And we live in a beautiful world. Yeah, we do, yeah, we do. We live in a beautiful world. Bones sinking like stones, all that we fall for. Places we've grown, all of us are done for. And we live in a beautiful world. Yeah, we do, yeah, we do. We live in a beautiful
Saints. We're starting our show now. As you see in the webcam, possibly Vinnie is buying snacks at the vending machine. He'll be in a second. Although you can't really see him. You see him in the background there. But you got me and Saint right now. G-Money's on his way. I guess it's a little bit of a late show today, but that's okay. We'll get started with some stuff. So, Saint, you've been away. Well, you left last week, but you weren't here last week for the show either. What you been up to since you
Yes, I went up to Washington State near the Seattle area. Actually, Wembley. I think I'm saying it right. Wembley Island in a town called Oak Harbor, and got a DJ job opportunity up there. A couple of guys up there. They own a real small casino, and actually, it's the boyfriend. My friend's sister, one of my very good friends, his sister and her boyfriend and his business partner, they own a small casino up there, and they're opening up a pretty big club. If they get everything that they want to do with it, I actually went to the building, and it's basically an old office building that they gutted out, and it's a lot of square feet, but it's basically going to be a restaurant / pool hall / club type place that they're trying to get started off the ground, because there's nothing like it within, I'd say, going up into Seattle. There's nothing in between them and Seattle, no club type environment like it. So they're looking for like a full-time on staff DJ, and basically gave me the job offer.
Cool. So you'd be like the house DJ then?
Pretty much. I mean, I guess they'd probably have guest DJs come in, maybe from radio stations and stuff like that. But yeah, I'd pretty much be like the in-house DJ for most nights.
Cool.
Yeah.
You like that noise? That was Vinnie. He's finally arrived from getting his snacks. He's just gonna screw up the microphone a little bit, if you guys don't mind. I'll pot him down until he gets.
Hello.
There he goes. So
Here I am.
the big dog. So, been up to Washington, got a job. So you're moving up there then?
Yeah, probably by the end of the month, end of October.
People, can you believe it? Our first casualty in the Usual Saints.
I'll still be in spirit, and maybe I'll, there's a
right.
3-hour time difference, so it'll be like 4 o'clock, so maybe I'll just log in at Stick AM and,
There you go.
Come in and
You're
give my
like
2 cents from,
only a couple button pushes away, man.
Yeah, if I could actually get the webcam and microphone thing working, that'd be great. Then you could actually almost be part of the show.
Right.
Except for the delay. So
I'll
we'd be like, hey, Saint, so what you up to? Not much, Mike. That huge delay.
I'll be like the on-the-road correspondent.
There you go.
Out in the field.
Yep.
So is Mount St. Helens erupted yet, Saint?
Not yet.
You could be like that guy, I forget his name, forget it. Joke's gone and passed. So anything else up with you, Saint?
Besides that, no, not really. That's about it.
Did you listen to our show from last week on the Stickum page?
Nah, I didn't get a chance. I was
Yeah.
way too busy being drunk and wasted out in
And happy.
Washington State, yeah.
Probably better off. No. Me and Vinnie did an okay show. It was just, it wasn't
It was
not
a
the
fine
same
show.
without
It was a good show.
I like having 3 people, but me and Vinnie did okay.
Yeah,
So,
I did fine.
yeah, it's pretty good. But
It's fun.
What's
yeah.
up with you guys?
Vinnie, you want to go first? Big dog? Nothing? The silence. This is radio, man.
I'm just gonna lay out a blueprint, and the same thing every week. Just work.
How's the radio going?
Work. That is a highlight. Yes, that's going great. In fact, this weekend, the station manager is going out of town, and I'll be doing most of tomorrow and Saturday's shows alone. So,
Wow.
not on air stuff so much, just producing it.
Okay,
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
that's cool.
So tomorrow I'll be on at 9. I'll actually be on tomorrow at 9 and 11. Then after that, it's all either pre-recorded or somebody else. So
So is that like...
the pre-recorded stuff still has to be produced. I mean, you still have to work the board. Some of the shows are coming out of the sister station WTTB out of Vero Beach, so I have to call into them. I have to hook up
Okay.
online through ISDN.
So you're not like losing hours or anything?
Oh, no.
You're still there.
No, still doing something. If if I'm not sitting at the board, we're always producing spots, making spots and stuff. So I'll be doing my first spot this weekend too. So.
Is it pretty much like when you run a show over there, it's pretty much how we run it here? Is this like pretty much, how the school has their whole setup? Is it sort of, I guess, what's the proper, more real world, how we do it in here, or is it like a lot different?
No, it's pretty close to exactly this right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, more so with the RCS system.
Okay.
You got that sitting in front of you, and you're basically just potting up and potting down on certain things. Like, on the ISDN line, all I do is pot it up, and I follow their format. And whenever they go to commercial, I pot down and put on our local commercials, and it's cool. It's just it's laid back. It's not real. If you got to answer the phones and stuff, then it gets a little hectic, especially if you're the host and producing it and you have somebody live in the studio. You got to get the phone, you got to talk with them, so it gets a little hectic then. But other than that, it's, just knowing what pot to push up and which button to press, and it's
for our listeners, a pot is a potentiometer.
Yes.
Basically the.
Well, that helps them.
You go from the nickname to the extended.
Yeah,
which is basically volume, raising and lowering the volume on a certain channel.
Mike stands for Michael, which is Latin for it. Like, no.
Right. Godlike, actually.
Yeah, godlike.
Thank you.
Little G.
Listen to Mr. Fancy Pants over there. Oh, the ISDN line and blah, 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 blah.
You got some fancy pants stuff, too, from the whatever station you are over there.
When you come here, it's all low-key. We're scratching into a vinyl record, our recording of our
Flintstones.
show. Yeah.
It's the Flintstones. Guys chiseling it on a big round rock.
Oh, man. Yeah.
So what's going on with you, Mike?
Since the last show, not much. Just usual crap. Work on weekends. I actually tried substitute teaching on Monday.
Wow, did you?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
You just sound bad tasting.
Well, I used to teach. I taught last year in St. Lucie County.
Great.
I actually taught. I was physical science 8th grade for
There's a Columbine waiting to happen.
How'd that go?
Well, actually, it's not
physical science. What's that?
It's like nature and science, natural science kind of stuff, like
so crap.
Yeah,
junk,
geological stuff probably.
Here's a rock, and here's the plant next to the rock.
Well, I mean,
here's the frog that you kill with the rock.
When I taught last year, it was like the students who were there who actually paid attention and were learning something, that made it worthwhile, and I would have stayed. But the amount of discipline that the schools don't perform, like I'd have students in the middle of the class who wouldn't pay attention. I'd send them a timeout, and they'd come right back to my class. It's just the lack of discipline in these schools, and no student gets held back because of George Bush and his No Child Left Behind. Every student's forced through the system.
Hey, we can't leave them behind. We got to push them forward.
Well, that's ridiculous. I mean, I understand not having a 15-year-old in the 3rd grade, but I mean, at the same time, if they're not picking up, you got to find some way to teach these kids. You can't just push them through the system.
Yeah,
that's why high school graduates nowadays, if they graduate, are having 8th grade educations or below. I think. I mean, they just can't pick up stuff, and if they pick up something,
I wish I had timeout when I was in school. I'd abuse that. Time out, thanks. I need a break from this crap. Put me out in the hallway by myself. That's fine.
So after I taught last year, I quit like a month into it. I was just like, after they started sending kids back to my class that were actually disrupting me, and so I couldn't teach.
Right.
I was like, I went to the assistant principal. I'm like, yeah, I quit. I can't take it anymore.
What school was this at?
It was
what prison was this at?
It was kind of like Dan McCarty Middle School is in the middle of Fort Pierce, the heart of Fort Pierce. If you guys know anything about Fort Pierce, it's not the best neighborhood.
No, I know. I know a little bit about Fort Pierce. Yeah.
So it's.
Well, is it like redneck kids or what?
No. Minorities.
It's mainly minorities, but there's a lot of they switched that last year when I started. Basically, they redistricted the schools. Mm-hmm. So if you used to go to Dan McCarty, you still wanted to go, they would let you still go there. I don't know why people would still want to go there. Yeah. But that's not even the minorities. Isn't really the big thing. I had a lot of minority students who were great students, and I had a lot of white kids, or whatever you want to call it, majority, I guess, I don't know, that were problems. And it's just the state of education system today. It's ridiculous, and I can't get involved with it. I told my parent, I was the person I was substituting for the other day was my mom. I subbed for her class, and she teaches, because it was her birthday, she wanted to take off. And she teaches ESE students, like learning disabled, stuff like that. So I did that for the day, and the kids were all great. I'm nothing against the kids, but I don't want to be responsible for the future of America. And it's just, that's how it is. I got approved for substituting so I can make some extra money, because I need extra money, but I don't think.
Hey, your lotto dollars working hard for you, folks.
Yeah, teaching nowadays is a lot of babysitting. That's why most teachers. I know almost most of the time it's females who want to go into teaching, but almost all of them are elementary school teaching, from third grade and below. And
I want to mold them.
Yeah,
I want to mold them.
It's a lot of babysitting, but I think if our education dollars were actually spent more in finding creative ways to, because you got some kids. Let's admit it. Some kids are just punks. They're gonna be bad no matter what. Their parents don't care. But I think a lot of kids are just bored, or no one really challenges them or puts in different ways. I knew some kids where it's like, you have different classes where you have a lot of the same classes with the same students, and some classes they get in there and just be clowns, when you let the teacher talk. But in some classes where we had teachers who were more creative, who were a little more laid back, they could actually get these kids in line, and they'd actually excel in these classes, because they'd go, we had an English teacher. What was his name? I forget now. I'm so terrible with names. But I remember one of my English classes we had in sophomore year. I remember everyone loved to go to this guy's class because he made it so fun. Yeah. He would interject football and things that are going on in English.
I had a teacher like that.
Things you wouldn't even think about. And I'm telling you, the same problem students that I'd have them in other classes, and it's just like, he's just going to be a headache, and the teacher's going to send him out. They get to his class, and, everybody would pass. Right. His standards were a little more lax because, it was a little more creative, fun type stuff, but he never had any problems because it was a more creative way to teach. Now, with the No Child Left Behind, so much is made of standardized testing, and the FCAT is, everything boils down to the FCAT. If you pass an FCAT, that's what we're doing. Right. It kind of, curtails, the learning process, and takes the fun and creativity out of a lot of the teaching that some teachers, had in their ability to teach their kids.
Yeah, it's I know where you're coming from. I had a teacher like that in high school when I was I guess I was a junior or something. It doesn't matter. Her name was Miss Wall, who eventually ended up marrying another one of the teachers that taught there, and ended up being Mrs. Tobias. Anyhow, she was American history. Aren't you glad you all know that now? Right. like they're listening out there, God. They're probably dead. No, they're not dead, but they're older now.
Vinny doesn't want to make himself as a
Mrs. Tobias is in the chat room.
Yeah,
saying, "Hey, Vinny, I remember."
Hey, Vinny, you also talking about.
Vinny, this is your life.
Yeah.
Vincent.
But that's where you're coming from. Being creative and keeping kids involved in a conversation. Basically, that's what her classes were. We would have conversations about American history, about different eras in American history, and it was great. A lot of kids look forward to going in and talking. She would have all the notes already written out. You would just interject, write down anything you wanted to add to them. It was great. It was a great class. It was, everybody was involved, and everybody did well, and everybody looked forward to it, and nobody really ever got in trouble there. You still had your kids that were sleeping in the back of the room. They were just
punks,
yeah, smoking pot, and not that there's anything wrong with that, but smoking pot out in the hallway, before they come into class.
So you think you're going to be doing a lot more substitute teaching?
Oh no, I've already turned down 2 requests from you to substitute.
He's going to be smoking a lot more pot in the hallway.
I'm pretty much done. Well, the main reason I turned down these last 2 was because the teacher's assistant who's in the class, who has asked me to sub twice, is actually one of 2 reasons that I will never go back to work at AMC Theaters in Vero Beach. The reason I quit was because of her and one other person. And I said, if you guys don't get these people out of the booth where I worked, then I'm going to quit, because they didn't do anything. And it turns out she's a teacher's assistant in that teacher's class who's asked me to sub twice, and I had to politely decline both
times. Small world.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
That's an interesting story.
Small world of iniquity.
have you guys heard about all these teachers having sex with their students? And not the male teachers. We're talking about the female teachers nowadays, and some of them are pretty hot. Where were these
That's
teachers
what I'm
back
saying. When I was in high school, believe me, I couldn't see myself doing Mrs. Byrne, or Miss Barr.
Is that a real teacher?
Yeah, actually it was Barr, not Byrne. Mrs. Barr. My God, she looked like Buddy Hackett with, I don't know.
Actually, I had a few hot
Little
teachers in
Bob.
high school. I had a couple hot
I
teachers.
had a
Did you make any
couple.
moves?
Actually, I had one named Miss Bresnahan. But Miss Bresnahan was doing Coach Green, so that screwed me out of it,
Sweet.
Because I know that she wanted to do a fourth grader, and I was the guy. I was the guy, baby. Fourth grader, I was volunteering for that.
That's a new Fox show. Are you hornier than a fourth grader?
That's right. I don't think there's anybody hornier than a fourth grader. How old are you when you're fourth grade? Was it? How old are you?
I was 9, 10.
Okay, so no, I wasn't horny. I was stupid.
So let's see. I have a little clip I was going to play, and I was thinking about going to break. So have a nice structure.
Break?
So, hey, man.
Just started talking.
Whoa. I'm the producer today. I'm going to have a nice structured show every 30 minutes a break or
Didn't
so.
even start late.
Yeah, we did start late, but you should hear I'll play it later. I had a nice music. I had some ramps and posts and stuff. I hit it
Really?
on. Cece, man, that was doing real good.
Cece was listening?
She liked it. She said, "I love you, Mike," because of the music I was playing.
Really?
Had some
What were you playing?
Green Day, Beatles, some
Well, I know she loves
stuff like that.
I know if you're playing the Beatles, she'll just
Yeah.
she'll
She
stay on the
wasn't
radio. all day.
appreciating my hip hop mixes 2 weeks ago.
Oh, she was digging that too.
I said hi to CC
Hey.
Judas.
Hey, hey, I closed with Nothing But a G Thing last week.
Wow.
Yeah.
But let's see. Gonna go ahead and play this to go out on. Have you guys heard this? Let's see. It's from our wonderful president, George Bush. And this is what he said when he found out.
Yeah. Oh.
This is what he said when he found out how
Another
our
classic Bushism.
how our U.S. students had improved on test scores. This is his quote.
Excellent.
Let's see if I can get this up. Here we go. Listen to the grammar.
Yesterday's positive report card shows children's do learn.
Children's
Standards
do-
are high and results are measured. And so my call to the Congress is don't water down this good law.
Children's do learn.
Children's do learn.
Children's do learn. So that's another George Bush thing for you. I got some more George Bush to talk about later on.
do learn.
It's funny, people that support this guy, aren't you just embarrassed?
Yeah.
Sometimes, he's the leader. Aren't you just? Sometimes I'm just I'm not letting them, crazy left-wing liberals that think he's a Nazi or it's all oil, blood money.
I just think he's a freaking idiot.
But
That's what I
sometimes you're
think.
just embarrassed. You're like, oh man, this guy runs our country. Are you serious?
I got
Why can't we have the guy from the North? Who was it? The North Korean guy? Who's the guy who's a big Elvis fan?
Kim Jong Il.
yeah, Kim Jong-un.
Yeah. Why can't we have a guy like that?
Well,
I'd rather
he's
walk
kind of
around and-
insane. I don't know.
I don't care. I'd rather walk around in a jumpsuit looking like Elvis than talking like a less than a third grader.
We're just gonna take a one song break. It's gonna be a little bit of Tool. Do you guys like Tool?
I have some tools, yes.
I know some people who are tools.
Here we go. We're gonna play a little bit of Tool. It's Sober. It's off
it's
the
a good
first
song.
album. Yeah, I love this song. You heard it before, Vinny?
I have.
Good times. You like it, Saint?
Never heard it before.
It's good.
Who's heard
Check
it?
out. All right, we'll be back in a few. You listen to Usual Saints on Stickem.com.
There's a shadow just behind me, shrouding every step I take, making every promise empty, pointing every finger at me, waiting like a stalking butler, who upon the finger rests, murder now the bastard must wait, just because the sun has come. Jesus wants you fucking listen. just an imbecile. I will only complicate you. Trust in me and fall as well. I will find a center in you. I will chew it up and leave. I will work to elevate you, just enough to bring it down. Mother Mary, won't you whisper something but the past is done? Mother Mary, won't you whisper something but the past is done? Why can't we not be sober? I just want to start this over. Why can't we sleep forever? I just want to start this over. I am just a worthless liar. I am just an imbecile. I will only complicate you. Trust in me and fall as well. I will find a center in you. I will chew it up and leave. Trust me, trust me, trust me, trust me, trust me. Why can't we not be sober? Just want to start things over. Why can't we sleep forever? I just want to start this over.
And we're back. That was some song by Tool.
That was Tool, Sober, from the album Undertow, their first album. I'm on the phone with my wife, so I'll just be 1 sec. I'm trying to see where she is.
I'm eating trail mix.
So I guess that leaves me to be the sole provider of entertainment.
I'm done eating trail mix.
Then Vinnie is back. So what's new? What's new in the news today?
Our fourth person's here, so I guess I gotta go let him in. You guys want to keep it going for a second?
No.
All right.
Door's open.
Oh, door's open?
I got in.
All right. Well, he's a little big bitch.
Okay.
Okay. And there you have it.
See some lady in Russia had a 17-pound baby girl.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It's like a 12 kid, and it was like 7. They put it next to like a normal baby girl, and the chick was like gigantic. I was like,
Did the mother live?
yeah. She was like, I don't know. She's like,
Natural childbirth?
No, this
way.
was a C-section.
I was gonna say,
it was a
man.
12 kid, so
Wow.
yeah, 17 pounds is like, poof.
Her 12th kid.
She was like, I don't know. I ate the normal things like potatoes, beef, stupid.
From where? Chernobyl?
I don't know. That's what I was thinking. Like, mute, but this kid looks huge, man. 17 pounds. I can only imagine, like
17 pounds, man.
Oh,
Wow.
be a
That's
little
big, baby.
gigantic monster baby running around.
That's one of those National Enquirer babies that you don't believe happened.
Yeah, no, this was just on CNN. Everyone was reporting it, and they were showing pictures of it, of her, I should say it. But next to like a normal, like 6-7 pound baby.
The kid came out 2 years old.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Kept it in, stayed in there for a while.
That is a big baby.
Yeah, that's huge, man.
And she's like, none of the other kids came out. They came out normal. This one just.
Well, I guess after 12 kids, I guess he had room to grow. I mean, that uterus was stretched out to.
That's just crazy to me too. How how some people just had like 9, 10. Like wow,
Yeah.
Some women act.
Well, back in the day, I mean, my grandmother's from a family of 10, 9 or 10.
Right.
My grandfather, I don't know, 5, something.
Well,
Just especially Italian Catholics. They
Yeah.
believe in.
Haitians too, because they're Catholic, so no contraceptives.
No contraceptives, no abortions, nothing like that.
Right.
So, yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I just can. I want to have kids, but I don't even
What did I
want to
miss?
think about. No, we're
I'm
talking about
the 17-pound baby. Is
talking about big babies.
as G Wiz comes in
So your
there.
name came up a lot.
What did we were going to call him? G Wiz? Was that it?
What?
G Money?
G Money.
Oh, I know, but we were saying we were going to call him
G
something.
Wiz.
G Wiz?
I
Was it
guess,
G Wiz?
maybe.
Oh.
You can sit. You can move Vinny's bag if you want to sit in a rolly chair,
Yeah.
so you can get closer to the mic. And we got 2 sets of headphones. You can have your pick. If we had another XLR port, you can actually have a mic, so you could sit back there like you wanted. But you can go ahead and
Take
put on
these,
headphones.
these are pretty.
But we don't, so we'll just have to share this.
Those ones are pretty.
Just tell me when you want to chime in.
Yeah, there was. They're calling that baby Andre the Giant. The reincarnation of Andre the Giant.
Thing's big.
17
We
pound.
were just
Russian
talking about
baby.
that, yeah. Andre the Giant. Phew.
Oh, jeez.
Biggin.
He's awesome. I missed Andre. He was great in Princess Bride, man.
Oh, he was. Indigo.
Is that what he called him? Because the character's name was Inigo Montoya.
Yeah.
Inigo Montoya.
Indigo.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to
Prepare
die.
to die. Stop saying that. I am.
With the 6-finger man. I bet he was popular with the ladies.
Yeah. All right.
Why is there silence when I make a joke?
I don't know.
Because usually it's not funny.
Yeah. Just trying to figure out if it's politically correct to laugh.
This is the first time we've had all 4 people here since our first show.
Since the inception.
The inception. That's wonderful. We have 1 listener because
The
my wife's not even
immaculate
listening,
inception.
so that's kind of pissing me off. Cece, let me tell you, we all love you for being our loyal and only listener. You're the only one who's here every week for both hours. It's great.
Well, my mom's probably listening through the phone.
Yeah, this is probably gonna.
She can't get audio.
This is gonna lead to a divorce. I'm gonna have to divorce my wife. Here's the wedding ring going.
Bye. Can I have that? Can I have that? Can I have that? Can I have it?
At least you have it all like recorded, so you can like see step by step like the disintegration of the relationship.
Disintegration of the marriage.
Disintegration of the marriage.
I think it started with you guys talking about me not being the father of Sophie the first week that I missed out on. I still haven't listened to that whole thing, but
I haven't listened to it.
anyway, so what's up, guys? You guys want to get to the NFL scores finally, since all of us are here, so we can have a little chat? Since finally we have 3 teams in here, because me and you obviously Steelers fans,
Obviously.
and we have a Bucks fan and a Dolphins fan. The Dolphins is even worse, man. But
We should have like the NFL music going like that.
oh yeah, where could I could probably look that up. Let me see if I find it. Go ahead and talk amongst yourself for a sec. NFL theme.
I wouldn't know what Jeremy's been up to.
Yeah, Jersey, man. We haven't seen you in a month. Go ahead, get on the mic, talk. No, get on the mic and talk.
Jeremy, where you been, buddy? Missed you.
Working way too much.
I hear you, man. That's the story of my life. Working too much.
Had to drive all the way up to Vieira this afternoon.
Yeah.
Yep, because people are idiots.
Well, people are idiots anyway. You don't have to drive to Vero for that.
Vieira, not Vero.
Oh, Vieira.
Vieira's above Melbourne.
Holy crap. People are idiots.
Here we go.
Hey,
Da-da-da-da-da.
you know, Sainte would have had that ready if he was over there.
Well, Saint's a professional.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Hey, Saint's the one who's not asked me to be producer tonight, okay? So, you guys, so what have you been doing other than that?
And what a mistake that was.
Shut up.
Oh, my.
I hate you, dude. I'm glad you're leaving the show. He's leaving the show. Can you believe that? He's moving to Washington. He's going to be our field correspondent.
I was going to ask you.
Moving on up.
Yeah, it went well. Went up there, got the job offer, went, partied, drank a lot, saw the fight.
Excellent.
Fight.
Saw what fight?
Do you guys don't watch UFC?
No.
Oh, the
I
UFC
do,
fight.
but-
I heard it was like really raining. I think we had like a bunch of storms the last couple of days and stuff in the air. But the big Chuck Liddell versus
Who won?
what did he fight? Liddell lost.
Did he win?
Damn, that's the second fight in a row he lost, huh?
No, not a big fight fan. UFC.
Chuck Liddell needs to stop making commercials and music videos and actually maybe train for one of these fights.
Hey, do you guys want?
Yeah, he did look a little poochy again.
Do you guys want me to just pump your mic up? You can't leave it in the center. Maybe that'll help. It's
Okay, yeah, I can run it. Okay.
Is that better? You don't have to leave
It'll
it.
sound like he's going to be.
I took a couple.
Yeah,
back.
but they don't sound too loud in the
It'll
earphones.
sound like they're on the other side of the room.
It's not sounding that bad. It sounds a little tinny because it picks me and Vinny up. That's the
No, you
problem.
turn it down. I'll just.
All right.
Yeah, that's better. I'll leave it.
As long as you guys can share. If you guys can share. If you guys want to make out, that'd be great too. I have a camera. Camera's on you guys. Go ahead. A little flicking off. That's not.
Nah.
I'm not going to look at that.
No silent Richard Christie.
I'm not going to watch that. I just said trail mix. I'll puke it all over the place.
So, yeah, we were done with the. You heard about Saint. Are you done with his explanation? What have you been up to for a month? Have you been hibernating?
I work
Yeah, but I mean, other than working, is that it? That's
Yeah.
all you do?
pretty much.
I'm with you.
Nothing at all.
Yes, pretty much watching TV, working. That's about it.
We'll get into some of the stuff I want to talk about later, but there's one thing I wanted to say. Bionic Woman, since you didn't answer me, did you watch that yet?
Not yet.
No. I want to see if it was any good. I taped it.
We haven't talked about heroes yet, man.
We will. That's what I'm talking about. We will get to that. Everyone,
okay.
you watch.
Calm down. We're gonna talk about it. I have everything planned.
You watch
Let's
Heroes,
watch
don't
Heroes.
you, Saint? Everyone watched Heroes. We went around the room. We discussed it.
Absolutely.
Okay, good. Did you all watch Monday's episode?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
That's Saint. How am I supposed to know? You were on a plane. I thought. I don't know.
Not the whole time.
They have TVs in Seattle.
What? They do?
Yeah.
That's the reason I wasn't going to move there.
See?
Actually, it's great. Well, actually, Heroes comes on at the same time, but all the NFL games, they come like on 10 o'clock,
10 in the morning.
which everyone there, they don't like it because I guess all the people there either work at the casino or the bar, so they work night shifts, so they all sleep till like 1 o'clock. But me, I can't do it. Like, even if I go to sleep at 4, I'll be up at like 10. 6 hours of sleep, and my
That'd
body.
be cool to wake
just
up right into an
Exactly.
NFL game.
I wake up right in the morning. I'm like, this is this is
awesome.
great. It's like I kind of felt like I was kind of like. For some reason, I felt like I was ahead of everything the East Coast was going on.
Right.
Because the NFL games ended and it was like 5 o'clock. Then we watched the Sunday night game and it was still 8 o'clock. It was great.
That's
Monday
cool.
night football ended at like 7 o'clock.
That's
Really
cool.
cool.
That is cool.
Hey, how are the gay bathhouses up in Seattle?
Kind of like the one at your house. It's a little more room up there, though. They take care of theirs. Yeah, not as sticky.
I custom built mine, man.
They wash theirs after each use.
Why would you do that?
I'm getting
Yeah.
kind of creeped out. First he wanted us to make out. Now he's asking about bathhouses. I'm-
Gay bathhouses.
Yeah.
I like to clean the bathhouses with my tongue.
Oh, yum.
Can
All right, so
somebody have a time mark so I can get that one off the internet?
I can tell you it's 51 minutes in about.
All right then.
So you can have fun with that.
It's like when you ask a guy. It's like you ask a guy when you're recording. Okay, would you rather be anally raped, or would you rather someone sticking in your mouth? It's like, oh, I'd definitely take it up the ass. Like, got that.
Got that. Mark it.
Awesome. We need to do that. All right, so how about a little bit of this?
Keeping on a loop.
On loop. Can you loop a YouTube?
I don't know.
Well, I could go ahead and play it again once we start. But it's this week in the NFL. A little bit crazy, I think. Not too many surprises, I don't think. What do you guys think? How many times can I say "think" in a sentence?
I don't know. Think about it.
Think about it.
So we want to start off with Steelers, Vinnie, since that's the only way to start off. As you pointed out last week, we can't start off with Belichick or anything. We got to start off with Steelers.
That's
which is
right.
correct.
If you're Steelers fan, you got to start off with the Steelers. That's all there is to it.
Did you see the game since it
I
was on
did see the
Fox?
game. Absolutely. I was very excited to see that it was going to be on TV. That I didn't have to leave the house and go to Rainey's or whatever to try and catch it.
It wasn't a big shock. It was pretty.
No. I mean, you know what though? I feel Pittsburgh hasn't really been tested yet. I mean, San Francisco isn't all they're cracked up to be. So what, they got Gore. He wasn't into. I mean, he just came back from his mom's funeral or grandma's funeral.
That was his mom.
His mom, yeah. So I mean, he wasn't in the right place. So
No.
but I don't know. I mean, they got some tough games coming up. I mean, I think they got they got 1 3-game series. It's like Cincinnati, Cleveland, and New England all in a row. It's like
it's later on.
vicious, yeah. But they got a bye coming up. I think they got one more game and then a bye.
Well, they got the Arizona this week.
Arizona and then a bye.
I don't know if
think.
that's going to be much of a test.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens.
I don't know. It'd be interesting to see who Arizona's going to start as their quarterback.
It's going to be Warner.
No, they're platooning.
What?
They're platooning.
What does that mean?
Liner's going to start and play most of the game, but if it's ever a situation where they need to get down the field quickly, they're putting Warner in for any two-minute drill type situations. It's going to be Warner instead of Liner.
That's going to build your confidence, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think Steelers are going to pull it off. I was reading an article from Sports Illustrated. They say that they think Steelers are going to go undefeated until week 8 or 9, I think, when they play the Bengals at Cincinnati, I think. Something like
Probably,
that.
yeah.
So they think that the Bengals are going to be all out for justice and
I
blood
don't
and
know.
all that.
Yeah, okay. So blah, 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 you know.
Some people are actually
Talk about it on the field.
Some people are actually thinking that New England could go undefeated till week 16.
When they play the Dolphins.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Because the Dolphins always want that record.
Dolphins are not going to. Yeah, that's what I just said.
We will not let that happen.
They'll be digging people out of the grave that were around in 72.
It'll be like the 85 Bears.
Exactly.
It's not going to happen.
There'll be a rally cry. I mean, that's what'll happen.
No way.
And Dolphins will crush them. It'll be like 38 to 5.
Yeah.
Tom Brady.
We'll hurt Tom Brady, and he'll be out for the playoffs,
Yeah.
and New England will regret that they ever tried to.
That's right. Pittsburgh will win the Super Bowl. Thank you.
Yes.
Wrap it.
Food poisoning all around.
Excellent.
Yeah, so did you watch the Bucks game, Mr. Jeremy?
No, I worked.
You worked? What?
Turn our pod down just a little bit.
Yours? Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
There you go.
Yeah, the Bucks, they won?
Yes, they're 2-1 now, actually.
Wow, that's surprising. I got to say, Jeff Garcia is a good addition to the team.
They actually kicked some ass.
Who'd they play?
Seattle, I believe.
Seattle?
They played Florida Atlantic.
They played IRCC, which consists of 3 guys in wheelchairs playing Iron Man football.
Iron Man football.
Hey, they beat the Saints.
Oh, that's not saying much this year, buddy.
They weren't supposed to beat the Saints.
No one's supposed to beat the Saints until it turns out they suck.
Yeah, they're sucking pretty bad this year, man.
Let's see. Let's start off with Monday night. Titans over the Saints, 31-14. Is that a shock to anyone?
Not really.
Not really. Not after the way the Saints started, as we just discussed.
I like the way the Titans look. The Titans look good.
I know. I mean, they held their own against Indy. 2 points, right? 22-20 or something like that, I think it was. So
something like that.
That's Titans, like I think we discussed before, they're doing pretty well. Cowboys, though. Cowboys, they're a little crazy, man. I'm a little scared of the Cowboys. NFC, you don't think they're the ones to be in the NFC this year right now?
Right now,
right now.
You have to say because the NFC's still weak. I mean, I think Green Bay's kind of like you guys. I don't think they've actually been really tested. I think they kind of got lucky with Philly that, Philly's punt returner and that special teams player Philly kind of cost them a win against them. I don't know. I'm still not completely convinced about the Cowboys. But I guess if you look at the rest of the NFC, you pretty much have to say, I guess, right now, they're the team to beat.
I mean, I keep saying it's too early to tell, It's going to be week 10, and I'll be sitting there going, it's still a little too early to tell.
Hey, you know when it's too early to tell? Week 16. Then you find out who's going to be.
Who's getting the draft picks?
So they beat the Bears 34-10. Giants, Redskins 24-17.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? Exactly.
Giants. That's the Giants' first win, though, so that's kind of, I don't know, is that sad? That's their first win of the season? Or
No, I mean,
it's
it's only
over Washington. I mean, I don't think Washington's that much either.
I always kind of expect Giants to be a better team, but I guess I'm wrong, especially after they lost Tiki.
Everybody's got those expectations when the season starts. I mean, but I'm not impressed with the Giants at all.
Huh?
I'm certainly not
What are you
impressed.
saying over there?
Certainly not impressed with Eli Manning.
Eli Manning sucks. All right, so next score, Panthers over the Falcons, 27-20.
No one cares.
Joey Harrington threw 361 yards.
No one cares.
31-44. Come on now.
No loss. No one cares.
What?
Fantasy alert.
Yeah, whatever.
Hell, man, I tell you about fantasy. He almost kicked my ass. I think it was you with Carson Palmer on your team, right? In fantasy,
Yeah.
he scored 40 points that week. I was, oh my
I
god,
still lost. Well,
Yeah.
I've given up on the fantasy football. I just don't have time.
yeah, obviously.
Who are you?
He's my girl's got a girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
That's not my team, but I've given up this year because the whole defense. Who did you set up the league?
I hate you, man. Why you gotta rip my?
Did you set up the
Yeah, I
league?
did.
You said it's like Okay, now I understand. I should have looked at the league. I should have looked at everything before we started. But this league is for somebody who just sits at home. I mean, we have most leagues.
He's in the league.
Okay, let me explain CC because you're the only one listening. Most fantasy leagues, it's kind of a casual thing that you do. You know, you have a job, you have a life, you go out and do stuff.
Yeah, you're not actually an NFL head coach.
Most leagues, you have a quarterback, 2 running backs, 2, maybe 3 wide receivers, a tight end, a kicker, and a defense. You keep it real simple. That way, every week it's real simple. We have 2 quarterbacks, 3, I don't know how many running backs, 3 wide receivers, a wide receiver / running back / tight end if you want, a defense, and then actual individual defensive players that you have to keep track of. At the end of the day, I just didn't have, I'm like, I don't have enough time for all. When we were doing our draft, I was like, are you kidding me? I'm like, this isn't a casual draft. It's like,
come on, guys, it's 3 a.m. I don't need a punter.
You know, most of the time it's just...
We don't have any punters.
Most of the time it's just straight up a defense. You don't have to actually pick individual defensive players.
Well, no, that's the thing. I left out the individuals this year, but one of the guys who plays in my league every year, who actually wins almost every year, he said, where are the IDPs this year, individual defensive players? I'm like, I forgot to put them in, so I threw them in. And
it just makes it so much more complicated. And not to mention, we have 2 it's like, then you have to keep track of every bye week and try to go back and forth. Who has time for this?
It's tiring.
No, what makes it tough is that the individual defensive players get 2 points per tackle, 2 points per assist on a tackle. They only get 1 for a sack, though. What the?
Hey, you should have pointed that out before the season started.
What if they're near the ball? What do you get if you're near the play?
And I'm like, exactly. When I checked all the stats, I'm like, I got to keep track of all these defensive stats. And then, because in my mind, I'm like, okay, when I have the defense, the running backs, then I know what I'm looking for when I want to make a trade. But now with all these, crazy individual points, I'm like, I don't got time to sit here and do I got to do NFL research for 3 hours every night if I want to make a trade.
Hey, I touch that thing one night a week and I fix it up. Saturday night usually it's done, unless there's an early game.
And that's why you lose a lot.
Shut up.
The best part was I had a guy who fumbled, lost a point for it. He recovered the fumble though, and he got 2 points for it. So I got +1 for a fumble.
Hey, that's a good thing.
Wow, our scoring system's all I noticed that too. And I was like, you know what, I'm whatever. I'll just be that team that everyone beats up on every week because I'm not changing anything.
Yeah, we've had a bunch of drama this week. We've had a trade going on. Who was it? Fred Taylor for Lamont Jordan, and that's like a 45-point difference in points. So I voted against it. He voted against it, and there's been a bunch of drama this week because I told everyone to vote against it. But let's see. CC's talking about that Atlanta fans are plotting Mike Vick's escape. We'll get to some Mike Vick news later on.
Yeah.
But him and his marijuana, that's a problem.
We only have an hour left. I don't really want to go through all the games. Yeah, Dolphins
We just go through the scores.
No, we got beat by 3 points, Dolphins.
Jags over Broncos 23-14. Browns lost to the Raiders 26-24.
Last minute field goal. They did the same thing that they had from last week.
Right.
Yeah, that was awesome. Bengals lost to the Seahawks 24-21.
I actually saw that game.
Cardinals lost to the Ravens 26-23, which sucks for the AFC North, but we're still in the lead.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Hey, I don't like anyone being close.
It's all right. They're going to beat the shit out of Baltimore anyway.
Whoa, shit. Don't say shit. I just said it twice. No, I thought we could develop a system if one of us blurted out one of those things. We do like a hey-oh or whoa. Saints not looking
okay.
What? No, that way I could bleep it out. For a demo,
So how's the countdown to Washington going?
Shut up, ass. Jets over the Dolphins 31-28. Patriots beat the Bills. Can you believe that?
The Bills?
Yeah,
what was the score of that game anyway?
38-7.
Oh, okay.
The Bolts
fast track to the Super Bowl make me sick.
Again.
Yeah.
The Bolts lost to the Packers 31-24. Colts over the Texans. Texans put up a fight 30-24.
Yeah.
Philly. Ooh, those uniforms. But the score proves it. Who cares what they wear? 56-21. They had 40
in the first half.
42 points in the first half.
Yeah.
That's
everybody complaining about Donovan and his race car. He's like, all right, I'll show you this race car.
Yeah, here, take some of this.
Down your throat. Stop picking on me.
Steelers over the Niners 37-16. Even with that controversial call, you saw that, right? Guy flipped over, the ball rolled up his arm.
Yeah.
That should have gone the other way. Bucks over the Rams. It was the Rams, not the Seahawks. The Rams suck. You tried to give me Mark Bolger for who was it?
Kellen Winslow.
Mark Bolger. I remember it was Ray Bolger. He played the freaking straw man in Wizard of Oz.
Thanks for that reference, old man.
See that?
Bucks over the Rams. Bucks over the Rams 24-3 in the last score. Chiefs over the Vikings 13-10. That's your football for this week. So
I think next year Vikings gonna be pretty good when they get a quarterback, a better quarterback. Adrian Peterson's gonna be a star, and the Dolphins have crappy Ronnie Brown.
Yes.
I don't know who Adrian Peterson is.
He's a running back, Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Used to run for Oklahoma.
Good times. Good times.
Doesn't watch college. Who doesn't watch college football? That's why I'm all focused on college football. I've given up on the NFL this year.
I like college.
Hey guys, guess what? I have some exciting news. We have 3 listeners.
Excellent.
We have Chris, who joined in the second week, one of my friends, West Virginia. That's what we'll call him, West Virginia.
Hey, Chris.
And we have my wife finally showing up for the show.
Hey, Heather.
Did you tell her about the divorce?
No, you missed the divorce talk earlier, honey, what you're talking about, since you weren't here on time and not answering the phone, not listening. You're probably going to say, I was putting Sophie to sleep. Wah. Oh, whatever. Jeremy's shaking his head. You see him on the webcam.
So what are we what I want to bring up? What were we going to talk about?
I don't know. We got plenty of stuff to talk about. I got a bunch of news stuff. Well, you guys got anything that you want to bring up offhand? Otherwise, I'll just bring up some topics. You guys don't have any news?
You can make some stuff up. That's cool.
What do you
I
got?
did, but I go ahead. If I remember it, I'll just butt in.
Let's see.
That's what I'm going to do.
We already talked about how Bush is a retard.
Yeah, I mean, that goes without saying.
Right.
Did you hear about the phonetic teleprompter that he had?
No.
He has I understand, like, sometimes at our station, if there's a really hard name, they'll put it up there. Most of the time, the anchors are smart enough to ask, hey, how do you pronounce this?
Yeah, 'cause
like,
they know what's coming up.
the Iranian president was big in the news last week, so it's like,
Right.
how do you pronounce it? Like, Ahmadinejad.
Yeah.
So everyone was asking, how do you pronounce it? And they get it figured out. This guy has a phonetic teleprompter, so, like, his name, let's see, spell out the name of the French president, Sarkozy, so it's SAR-KO-ZEE. Just basically any name or place
Sarkozy.
that, he probably doesn't know how to spell any of the American cities either, but
Sarkozy. I was talking to Sarkozy.
George Bush is just a retard. No comments on that? Hey, didn't you elect him twice?
I think everybody knows him. I think everybody knows him.
It was me, all me.
It was
Jeremy's vote that got him into
It
office.
was. Hey, didn't Gore only lose by like 300 votes, man, the first time? Part of that's me, though, because I voted for Nader.
Nader, yeah.
You voted for Nader?
Hey, man, I thought he was cool because he went on The Daily Show. No one else did.
Wow. Is that how you elect your presidential
I'm
candidates?
changing starting next year.
I voted for the homeless guy that stands on Lantana and Military Trail.
Did he get any votes?
Now they all go on the Daily Show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
now they
him.
do, yeah.
Well, most of the Democrats or Republicans are still kind of gun shy, but
They just don't want to be seen on camera.
I'm sick of politics.
You got Mitt Romney, and he's a jackass, I think. But anyway, let's not get into
They're all
politics.
jackasses.
They're all jackasses.
make it simple. Just all vote for Obama, man, and everything will be okay.
Hey, did you guys hear that Marcel Marceau is having the last performance of his life? He's trying to get out of that box, but he can't. Do you know who Marcel Marceau is?
This is a famous mime.
Yeah, he's the mine.
Hey, he always
He
tried to-
died quietly
he always
in
tried-
his house.
Died quietly. That was awesome.
He died quietly at his home with his silent family around him.
Hey, he's always trying to get out of the boxes, so.
The wall. He's trying to get around the wall, yeah. I know, miming. Come on.
Let's see. There's actually, let's see. He died after hearing that joke. Thanks, CC.
Yeah.
There's a teen in a Texas town, Leakey, Texas, who is being reprimanded and suspended or expelled. I don't think he's being expelled, but he's being taught separately from the other students because he refuses to cut his hair. His hair's not even that long, if you guys can see that picture. So I mean,
Right.
that's a little ridiculous. Don't you guys think? I don't care about.
Yeah.
I mean, dress codes. I get dress codes sometimes, especially in this crazy
Yeah.
society we live in, but because his hair is not even shoulder length.
He says he can't cut his hair because of religious beliefs.
Yep, religious. He says he's a Rastafarian.
Sweet.
He's a Rastafarian in the middle of Texas.
Yeah,
yeah.
He's this white kid. You see him?
You gotta be kidding me,
Skinny,
man.
pale white kid.
Skinny pale white kid. He's a Rasta
But
man.
hey,
I
man.
love it.
He probably doesn't even know what Rastafarian means.
Doesn't matter. I love the fact that he just says, "No religion belief. What religion are you?"
Rastafarian.
Rastafarian.
He knows what Rastafarian is. Ganja. That's what he's on. That was a little crazy. You know what, guys? I got to talk about something kind of serious note. I think pets bring real joy to your life, and I love my pets. Don't you guys have pets too?
Nope.
No, you have pets, no cats, no dogs, nothing.
Yeah, a dog. Yeah.
Dog. Yeah.
Nope.
This guy in Colorado really loves animals. I tell you, really.
Oh, really?
He got hired at a pound, and apparently he was found partially naked behind a dog of some sort, doing something to it. Anyone want to take a gander or
No,
guess
not
as to
really.
Guess that what it was doing? Checking his temperature?
Yes, with his penis.
Wow.
I don't agree with animal abuse.
No.
No is no.
I'm speechless. I don't know what to say to that. I mean,
Hey, this is what I tell listeners. Listen to this. I say, hey guys, can you bring 10 minutes to talk about for this week so we can actually have some topics? No one wrote back.
so the dog pen is
So I'm stuck bringing up all these topics that no
dog
one
pen
wants
is
to talk
kind of
about.
like this guy's private little whorehouse. And he goes in there and picks himself a doggie.
I don't know. You like bringing up like strange and
I love it. That's my thing, dude.
and like weird news and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How about Phil Spector getting off? That's a little ridiculous.
Okay, this is a good argument because I like to bring up the
$1
race
million.
card.
He's out on his $1 million bond.
Imagine that
Phil Spector's white.
the black guy bring up the race card. Exactly. That's my point.
He's white as hell.
My point.
You're talking about a white man taking a walk instead of a black man
Yeah,
this
my
time.
point being, how come no one gets, every time we talk about injustice and how the rich get off and this and that, it's always about the OJ case. But when Phil Spector, when Robert Blake, Beretta, when he gets off from killing his wife,
Oh, I felt the same way.
when Paris Hilton goes to jail for like 21 days, Nicole
Please.
Richie spends like 8 hours in the clink, Little Kim,
Trust
she
me.
went to jail. She went to jail for a year. Foxy Brown's in jail. She's probably gonna do a year.
Whoa.
Michael Vick's probably gonna do like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Wait. How about those Foxy Brown and Little Kim? Weren't those like gun-related or obstruction of justice?
Little Kim's was like an obstruction of justice case. But I mean, if you get convicted of your second DUI, okay, maybe the first time you made a mistake. The second and third time, you just have no respect for the law, and you still go in and do 8 hours.
No respect for the law or a problem. That's another topic I was going to bring up. Kiefer Sutherland got arrested for a second DUI.
Yeah, well, he's had a drinking problem for a long time, and he's admitted it.
Well,
Not that that makes it any better, or yeah. I mean, he should be doing time too with the DUIs. But yeah, I mean, I agree with Saint as far as not a lot has been. I mean, not a lot of people are up in arms about Spectre getting off, and you haven't heard much about it. I mean, they're looking to do a retrial, But
Oh yeah, they said they're definitely going to press charges again.
they're going to do it again. Well, he's got a civil case against him anyway from the family of the.
which I think is
The
crazy.
deceased.
It's like, if you find this in the criminal case, how can they come in a civil court and try to, try it? I think it's kind of that's part of the law is kind of ridiculous. But
Well, I mean, OJ got
Right,
found guilty in civil court,
Right.
but not in
in
criminal court.
which I think that's just a stupid loophole in our
Yeah.
justice system. But
Very stupid.
my point is, I don't know. It just seems as if there's no outrage when white celebrities are getting off with these crimes. But if Michael Vick or any of these rappers or anything get caught, they usually do time. Or in the case of OJ, it was a big uproar. It was finally people were seeing how fucked up. Excuse my language. The justice system was, but it was it had always been messed up. It was always bad. It was just if you had money, if you could afford the lawyers, you were getting off.
Yeah.
And a majority of people going into the justice system were poor. Poor people and a lot of poor minorities, and it was just But I did see another survey that said black people finally turning around on OJ.
Yeah.
Now they do surveys and it's a majority of black people think he probably.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
did.
people think black people. I mean, they weren't really cheering for OJ because even after a year afterwards, I was like, OJ probably.
No.
OJ had that walk, that murderer walk where he's just always looking around
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you.
This is how he's like,
I'll get you.
I'm trying to find the real murderers.
Yeah. 4.
OJ always had that creepy walk, not too many, but people But now I guess like they do surveys now, and it's like it's something like 80% of African Americans like, yeah, he probably did that. So,
Well, it's probably
looking back, yeah.
It's probably the idea that when he came up with that stupid book. I mean, oh my God! I mean,
If I did it.
can you be any stupider than that?
Actually, I read somewhere this is guy. It's a reverse theory. I mean, OJ would have to be like on that criminal mastermind kind of stuff. But here's the idea: someone thought that OJ still owed the Browns so much money that he knew that the sale of this book that he'd have to give the proceeds over to them.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much figuring, well, if he could get anywhere close to like 5 or 10 million, if he could sell millions and millions of copies of the book, like all you have to do is sell like 1 million or 2 million copies of the book,
Right.
and he'd get like 15 something, and that'd take off a huge chunk of the amount. And already knowing that, he'd have to give it to the Browns under that civil suit, he made the book. Now, someone would say, well, it's a stupid book. Then the person theorized, well, what else would OJ have to sell? I mean, he's not worth anything. His appearances, he can't get made in front of appearances. He can't, his memorabilia stock. Well, now that's a whole different thing, but he can't. He's not making the money he could be making off that, so what else does he have?
Nothing.
And the person theorized the only thing he had was a story of what if I sort of kind of admit in a roundabout way if I did it, how I do
How
it.
I would have done it.
And someone said if this was the case, OJ is kind of a genius to think that, well, if the proceeds have to go to them anyway, if I do it and they get all these proceeds, I can knock off a big chunk of this money that I owe these people. Me personally, I don't think OJ is that smart, but
I was just going to say, I don't think his mind works like that.
it was kind of
but
interesting to see how someone says, how
somebody
at first
theorized it.
it seems so stupid. You have to think there's no ulterior motive to it, and the way he explained it said to him that made sense. So,
Yeah. So,
but he'll be going to jail again. And you see how he was
he's going to
arraigned.
do some time now.
Marsha Clark showed up and
Marsha Clark.
looking
still alive.
terrible.
I know, man.
Ooh,
Hey, when did she look good?
Man,
She
well,
looked pretty good back in the day.
now it's like, oof.
Chris says OJ could sell knives. That's always been a valid argument.
She could sell
This
knives.
knife can cut a bitch's head off, right? Almost all the way through, but not all the way.
Listen to Mike.
And then cut a tomato.
I like your OJ voice too.
That's a good OJ.
That was not a black voice. Because
No,
OJ's not. OJ's not. No.
Hey, I don't know. He
Dude,
did
you
have
know I
a-
can do my.
Hey, G Money, there's a little inflection in there. This knife could cut a bitch.
Never killed the bitches.
There was a little inflection in there.
There was.
A little bit of good inflection.
Nice,
Little bit.
Hey, we have Marissa listening now. Thanks. Good time.
Marissa,
Thanks,
how was dance, dear?
Are you waiting for a response?
I'm just putting out a question so she can answer me.
Everyone
now.
quiet.
Everyone quiet so we can hear.
Yeah, I can hear. Dads can hear their daughters.
And a brand new rap star is born. Cece says, "Are you talking about me? Am I a rap star? Oh, great. Beth says dance is very hard. Very, very hard.
Very hard today. Oh.
What kind of dance? Is it?
It was, one of three. She
Stop.
does
Don't.
No. I'm
ballet,
I was thinking like
ballet,
that.
tap, jazz, and
Why you gotta think I think like that? I was thinking like that African dance.
Because you do think like that.
No,
but
I don't. I'm with Vinny's daughter.
Well, you were thinking about the
No, I was not. He went there.
but the mating ritual of the
I'm thinking like the African dance where they go like all crazy with the mask and they're
the
like,
Watusis.
yeah, like the ones you
The
see in like.
African dance.
I hate you, Saint. I'll be glad to get rid of you. You always call me a racist.
A lot of people.
I don't call you a racist. I'm just, where do you come up with that? Do you think they have a whole dance class that's based off the African dance?
Native.
Yeah, it's conducted in Nigeria.
I like how it's a single, the African dance. As
The
opposed,
African dance.
To
And African
plural.
dance.
Where she does like hip hop, jazz.
Yeah, jazz,
African
tap, ballet,
Right.
acro. So,
Acro. What's that?
Like acrobat, you do like
Acrobatics.
Yeah,
Okay, gotcha.
yeah.
Like Cirque du
Tumbling
Soleil
type of
stuff.
stuff, like
Cirque du Soleil.
aerials and
Yeah.
things like that. Yeah, Cirque du Soleil.
Wow, that's complicated.
Yeah,
No, it's good. Keep them busy.
been doing it a long time.
Did you guys know the Do Not Call registry will be ending next year, so you might want to register again?
You know how it is when it just expired? I mean, now you have to go back and re-register.
Every 5 years. So every 5 years, there'll probably be a reminder on the news. Every news station's covering it now.
Right.
Just go to donotcall.gov, I think it is, or something like that. But you can Google it. Just throwing that out there for all our listeners. Register all your numbers to Do Not Call and say, screw you, telemarketer. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
How does that work for you?
It works great. It works great. Marissa's been dancing for 10 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's 13, right?
Yeah.
You've been dancing since you were 3, Marissa? Man,
Yeah.
that's crazy. I'll give you some props for that.
Dedication. Dedication, man.
When I was 3, I was having trouble standing up straight and not pooping in my diaper.
I still poop in my diaper.
So does Mike.
You saw a diaper at 3?
No comment. All right, so
Maybe it wasn't 3. It was 2.
the Barry Bonds ball. You guys heard about that?
Yeah,
Actually, it's pretty cool. Mark Echo, fashion designer. Actually, I used to wear a lot of Echo clothes back in high school. He used to be a graffiti artist in New York, big time graffiti artist, and he became a fashion designer. And basically has his own brand, does shoes, hats, all kind of stuff. And he bought the ball, and basically they had a vote online whether to shoot in space, send it to the Hall of Fame unblemished, or send it with an asterisk. So now they're going to decide how they're going to put the asterisk on it. I don't know. On one note, I think it's a little just childish, the words I'm looking for. I don't know, to deface the ball to put in there.
It's very Madison Avenue.
But on another note, I'm like, who cares? The Hall of Fame will accept it. So they'll put an asterisk on it. I guess a lot of baseball purists, they're kind of upset. They're
I say throw it in the backyard, let the dog play with it for a little while, then send it to the Hall of Fame.
So
let Mike Vick's dog play with it. Maybe some DMX.
Yeah.
DMX is in the news too because they found out there's possible animal cruelty in his past, and he got arrested for those buried dead pit bulls.
He has a dog tattooed on the back of his back that says "One Love Bomber," which is like his first pit bull. But his album's called Grand Champion, and it has a pit bull on the cover of it. So
Grand Champion.
Grand Champ. You sure?
Yes, I own it.
Anyway.
Riveting.
Yes, it's riveting talk radio. Yes, I know.
But to be surprised that DMX has been fighting dogs, it's like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Wasn't that in what video was that? What's My Name? Where they have the dogs in the video. Well, actually, any DMX video probably has dogs in it. But wow, you guys aren't talking very much.
He's got his dogs in it. His dogs, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want us to talk about Garth Brooks? Anyone got any Garth Brooks news? Yes, we got some Garth Brooks news for G Money. He'd be more comfortable with that.
My wife is a big Garth Brooks fan. We saw him 3 times, twice in Orlando, once in Miami. Back in the day, back when he was
Garth Brooks.
Yeah, he was Garth Brooks, exactly.
Oh, jeez.
She, yeah, I used to like him, man. He put on a good show.
Just put out a new
back in the
song,
day.
too.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm so impressed.
Yeah.
Wow.
God, I haven't heard that name in a while, man. Garth Brooks, Jesus.
You haven't heard it in a while because...
No, I haven't. I mean, who's heard of Garth Brooks in the past
Didn't he break
10
up with his
years?
wife and then he hooked up with Trisha Yearwood?
Trisha Yearwood,
They
yeah.
both started getting bigger exponentially together. It was like...
Yeah, fatter, yeah.
Trisha Yearwood was hot back in the day, like 90.
I like the way...
I gotta say, I liked her in 90.
I like the
when
way
was
Trisha
10, but-
cooks chicken. My ex-wife couldn't cook chicken. Trisha can cook I put a nice scald on a chicken.
What? Who's Brad Paisley?
Brad Paisley is...
Marissa's bringing him up. Is that country music as well?
Yeah, he's a country music dude. He was just down here. He was down in the... what the hell's the name of the arena over here now? Not the Sound Advice, but the... I don't know. You guys are from Uptown. So...
Marissa says, country singer, duh.
Yeah.
Like I'm supposed to know. Sorry, I don't keep up with
Well,
country music.
her and her mom went to the concert, and there was a stabbing there.
Really?
Guy got sliced open pretty good.
Yeah,
Tomahawk had to come.
See, it's not just the hip-hop shows.
That's right. It's not just hip-hop shows.
But it probably was a black person.
Plus a bunch of drunks.
No.
Bunch of drunks.
Wow. Come on now. I had to go there.
Three guys got stabbed. 2 guys got stabbed. Not
Yeah,
so bad. One guy got sliced really, really bad.
She says it was scary, so.
Yeah.
And you know the story.
There's people
so
fighting all over the place, so it wasn't a good experience for her. Yeah.
I don't think it's a good experience for anyone.
Anybody. Yeah.
That's a good lesson. Stay away from country.
That's right.
No good.
Hey man, what is it? It makes you kill your dog, leave your wife, hang yourself. What else? What are the other cliches of country music?
Take your dog.
Truck broke down.
Wash your pickup truck.
Got a new girlfriend.
So, did you guys hear the comment? Did you guys hear the comments from Mahmoud Ahmadinejad?
No.
No.
What'd you call me?
Gesundheit.
This is what he said. He said, I'm sorry, keep going.
He said Mike wouldn't do well in his country because they don't have gays there.
Shut up.
right.
dude.
Yeah, he said there's no
That's
gays in
basically,
his
that's
country.
basically what he said, yeah.
Basically, because they assassinate or not assassinate.
He said,
but
this is his
execute
quote,
them.
he said, "In Iran, we don't have homosexuals like you do in your country. In Iran, we do not have this phenomenon. I do not know who has told you that we have it." I mean, come on now.
Basically, because they execute anybody they remotely think is homosexual in that country.
First of all, who gives a rat's ass how many
Pretty much.
how many homos?
Whoa! Vinny's true feelings come out. Gives a rat's ass how many I mean, homosexuals.
I'm just up in arms about that comment. God, man, who gives a crap about you and your homos over in
Look at
Iran?
this. Marissa says, "Oh, Dad," with a long O.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, honey.
That's why I can't take you out, Dad.
God, man. But,
We're gonna have to take you for some re-education training.
yeah, I pulled a Jerry Lewis there.
No, what was that guy on Grey's Anatomy? Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Him
Isaiah
too.
Washington.
What's his name?
Isaiah
We're
Washington.
supposed to be on Bionic Woman?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet. But
No, it's-
I watched Journeyman. We'll get to shows because we only have we have 36 minutes left, but we'll get to shows in a second. I just want to finish this stupid.
Isaiah Washington. What's his name?
Isaiah Washington. Yeah, he
Is it a Bionic Woman?
Yeah, he was
supposed
having,
to be on the show.
back in Grey's Anatomy, he was having a
Probably
fight
gets-
with Patrick Dempsey.
gets
and
his
he just
ass
let- What'd he say? He said, "I'm not your little fag" or something like that.
No, he was talking about one of the.
He was talking about
co-stars.
He was talking about T.R. Knight, but he was fighting with Patrick Dempsey.
Oh, okay. I'm not-
That's what was happening.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah. So he apparently he was referring to T.R. Knight in that way, but yeah.
So
I
I
think it
think
got.
I think TR was late or something, and I guess they were having
Okay.
an argument
So
about
Isaiah-
it. He's like, I'm not gonna be like him. I'm not gonna be a little, fag.
I think to make nice, Isaiah Washington should get his ass kicked by a bionic queer on Bionic Woman, and
That'd be funny.
that'd be.
I'm not gonna watch.
it.
I'm not gonna watch Bionic Woman just because. First of all, I mean, back when the show originated, it was like an idea, like $6 Million Man, which now you think $6 Million, shit ain't gonna do.
$6 million, Jesus.
They ain't gonna replace nothing on you. But and you're a Bionic Woman, together. Back in the day, it was like okay, be cool ideas. But nowadays,
Yeah.
we're so far advanced with Matrix and all that
Exactly.
thing. It just seems like it's a dated
Bionic.
idea.
Yeah, I'll kick your ass with my Kia. How about that?
Wait, I gotta go. I gotta go.
$15,000.
I gotta go back to something that's getting said in the chat. Back to Vinny's slip-ups.
Okay.
Who said that?
Marissa says they just keep slipping out, huh? And then she says like the slip-ups at home. Wow, Vinny, what goes on at your house? I think Vinny just walks around saying fag, 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 fag.
No.
Time for bed, honey.
Sometimes the F-bombs come out and you don't realize
Oh
what you're
yeah,
saying.
well that happens. That's
Actually, I've been using the D word a lot. It's been coming out for some reason.
Douche?
No, dick.
Oh.
Just have a little curse jar, and then that way.
Yeah.
Curse jar. Oh my God, I'd be broke.
I'm already.
At the end of the month, you use the money in that for like a trip or a treat or something. Treat
We'd be
yourself.
doing a Rio.
Hey, who's Jack?
College.
Jack is Marissa's little brother.
He's watching now, so wave. He's watching you. There you go.
Hey, Jack. Hey, Jack. What's up, buddy?
There we go.
Can you see me? Go to bed.
Yeah, they can see. Go to bed. It says Big Dog Mama says North Carolina is listening tonight. Who's in North
Oh,
Carolina?
yeah, North Carolina. Yeah. So we talked about it today, and she said she had spoken to somebody that's going to be trying to listen to us from North Carolina.
Good time.
So if you are listening from North Carolina, is there anybody else out there?
No, there's no one in the room, but
if they do come in,
they're probably listening on the phones. Since that's the phone.
yeah, exactly. That's how our audio works these days.
That's how the audio works anywhere from Virginia down to Florida.
Yeah. Exactly.
Cece's the only one who can get her computer working with the audio, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad anyone's listening. I don't care how you're listening. I don't care if you come in the chat or not. Like, okay, let's see. Jack is smiling and laughing, so
Is he?
good times, good times.
Good,
You're still
good.
kind of on
Good
camera.
boy.
Let's see. But
Yes, I see. Right.
yeah, I can't get all of us on. Eventually, I want to have it hanging up there, so it gets the whole studio. But
You gotta lean in this way, that way. so you
You guys.
kisses to Jack. Well, not from me, from
Yeah.
Cece.
Yes, kisses to Jack.
If I say kisses from Jack, to kisses to Jack, I get arrested.
No. Yeah, exactly. You get arrested.
What are you doing the head shaking for? Just because you know me, you got to do some head shaking.
You know, Elton John might be. Could be
I read about that, but that's just like the Pee Wee thing and everything.
Right.
What's his name? What's the
I
president?
wonder how Scott would feel about that, because for super conservative Scott, he's like Elton John's his favorite artist of all time.
Scott.
But
Poor Scott.
Wait, Scott likes a gay singer?
that's like his favorite singer of all
I had
time.
no idea. I never
Yeah.
thought. I invited him to be on the show since he has all those businesses. I told him he could be a guest and promote all his stuff. But
What did he say?
I think he's interested, but I don't know. I have to get more with him. But say something to Sophie. Hi, Sophie. Hey.
Hey, Sophie.
Hey, baby. Can you see me? Oh, you can't see me. I don't want to move the camera. Maybe I'll get in front of it.
Here's an idea.
Hi. Hey, Sophie. Can you see me? Hey.
Probably
Hi.
scaring her. Right now.
Scaring her. Yeah.
Oh,
I always scare.
Diaper change.
So we're gonna talk about heroes, or
Yeah.
Wonder
I just
where
want to
real
finish
dad
the new
is.
stuff. Let's see. Hannah Montana. Did you guys hear about that?
about what?
The chick who
Being fake pregnancy.
Yeah, I thought that was funny though.
What?
Listen, I was subbing on Monday, and I'm at school on Fark.com, which is where I get all my news. And all of a sudden, this article pops up: Hannah Montana might be preggers. Oops. And I'm like, what? And I tried clicking on the link, and I couldn't because it was at a
Isn't she
site that
like
was
13?
restricted.
So what
She's
happened?
15. But apparently, it was just someone who photoshopped this article from this
Oh.
teen magazine, J14. But it went around, you know how the rumors
Oh,
get
yeah,
spread around.
absolutely.
I thought it was funny for a second. I'm like, yeah, I like hearing about it's just something that makes, I guess, tragedy makes me laugh. I don't know.
That's
Wonder
good.
why.
That's good.
You wonder why.
That's excellent.
Billy Ray Cyrus's daughter, right?
Yeah.
He's actually on that show too, isn't
Yeah, he plays her dad, I think.
Yeah.
Tough role there.
he? And,
Yeah, that's a stretch, huh?
Hey, he was a was he on Friday Night Lights?
No.
Oh, that was the other country singer, Tim McGraw. He was in the
Tim
movie.
McGraw, yeah, he was in it.
He was pretty good. But
Well, Tim McGraw's pretty good. but-
last news thing I had was Michael Vick failing his drug test for marijuana. But
I'm shocked.
now,
I guess that water
in
bottle
his
was
defense
his.
again, maybe he had smoked before he got put on probation,
it said
Yeah.
it said the latest he could have smoked would be September 13th.
which would have been when.
Like 2
Couple
weeks
weeks
ago.
ago.
But I'm
2 weeks
saying
ago.
September 13th. Would that have been
2 weeks ago.
before?
I don't
Would
know.
that have been before he got actually arraigned for?
No, it's after.
It was illegal before then too. I'm just saying. I'll put it out there.
Well, no, I'm just saying, if you smoke pot before, and then the judge say you don't smoke pot no more, and then you're like, well, Your Honor, see, I've been smoking before, but I'm going to stop.
Right.
See what I'm saying? It's different if, like, the judge tells you to stop, and you're like, well, I don't care what you say, I'm just keep smoking.
keep smoking.
There's a big difference. I know it's still illegal, but there's a difference, whether, if you did it before, okay, now he tells you to stop, or he tells you to stop and you keep doing it, because if you keep doing it, then you're actually in defiance. You feel me?
It doesn't. It doesn't say that it says it was September 13th when he was tested, but it
See what I'm
doesn't say
saying?
when he was on probation.
So he could have, been smoking before that, and he just got popped. That's the fact.
I'm just saying. I guess
Quit.
we know it was his water bottle now.
Quit hating on Michael Vick, man.
what does that
Damn.
mean? I laugh because I've heard it, but I don't know where'd you get that.
He had a water bottle with a secret compartment that they retrieved out
Really?
of the trash.
In Miami.
Yeah, and he claimed it wasn't his or it was somebody else's.
No, was holding his jewelry.
That's pretty funny.
Hey, man, quit hating on Michael. That's gonna be my new saying. Quit hating on Michael Vick.
Did you guys know that? No, it's boring. It's about Madden. Didn't he play Madden?
Michael Vick did not inhale. What?
He did play
Madden?
Oh yeah, we forgot
Yeah,
about
Madden.
No, I don't
Also, Halo 3 and all that. Say what?
Oh
Man?
yeah, I got this awesome picture. MIT went to Harvard and redid the statue of John P. Harvard, who I guess is the guy who founded the place or whatever, like the Master Chief from Halo 3. They put a helmet on it, bronzed the helmet. They put a bronze rifle right next to him. It looked pretty badass.
That's pretty cool. I like when people go to that old school kind of prank kind of stuff. It's, doesn't hurt nobody, but it's still kind of cool.
We got an Xbox 360 player on. Chris, of course, he plays Halo. I played Halo one time, and I never got into it.
I'm still playing Pong.
A loser.
I still have my
Is
Atari.
it
hooked
because I
up.
don't play Halo?
Probably.
I don't have an Xbox. I don't have Xbox 360.
Oh, well. You seem like the type that should be playing it.
Man, not Perfect Dark is awesome. Let's see, Wolfenstein 3. Let's go back there.
Hey, you stuck in them old dudes.
I am.
3D.
Yeah,
Are you serious?
Come
Get outta
on,
here.
man. Robot Hitler. That was awesome, dude.
Perfect Dark. Get out of here.
Oh, whoa, he's insulting Perfect
You're
Dark.
talking about video games here?
Yeah.
I like GoldenEye still.
Yeah, GoldenEye. That's what I'm talking about.
You're like 2 generations behind.
Yes,
Catch up.
What's wrong with Donkey Kong? What's wrong with Donkey Kong?
Atari's okay, Nintendo's okay, but you can't go back to, you can't be in that in between Genesis. No, you gotta. Be,
I got a 32X that I play.
Are you serious?
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm about to say, you might be the only person with a 32X still. Vinny's like, huh?
A Dreamcast. I got a Dream.
No, Dreamcast. I had a Dreamcast, but I had to sell
We
that.
were the only two.
Yeah. No, but Halo, it's already made within its first day $170 million. It's like
That's
surpassed.
insane.
Yeah, it surpassed like most movies. You know, it surpassed Halo 2. Halo, you know, it's gonna be back. But actually, surprisingly, I think the winner of this console wars that they always call it console wars, but I
Right.
think Nintendo's gonna win, man. The Wii. Have you played the Wii yet?
I haven't played the Wii. I understand there were some glitches in the beginning, but now they
And
broke
I
it
played
up.
it. I played it a wee bit.
Oh, hold on a second.
This is so bad.
Listen to Marissa says Donkey Kong is you, Dad, and then she says, well, at least in the morning.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Wow.
But pretty good. But the Nintendo Wii is probably gonna win out because it's the only game. Women, children,
interactive.
older. You know,
It's also about the price, $250.
Well, nah, but
You can buy two of them for Xbox 360 or PS3.
Well, no, Xbox 360 when it came down in price, but I don't think it matters. I think it could even be like $350. It's the only one.
They're saying you could work out with it and stuff.
Yeah,
now
it's
they can have programs
interactive
that you
because
can-
it's very easy to use and it's
Yeah.
interactive, so people aren't afraid of it like they are the PlayStation 3 or the Xbox
Right.
360.
You got the idiots who are throwing the controller through their TV, though.
Well, yeah, there was some of those. Yeah.
Well, every like 3 seconds, the game's reminding you put your wristband on. It's like, you know, it has to keep reminding you because it has to be dumb idiot proof, you know, because
Right.
especially like
Some
Mario.
idiots are throwing them to
You
the
play
floor.
Mario Party with it and you're shaking it around, but you can like pretend like you're fishing, bowling. The bowling game's pretty sweet.
Yeah, but
the
those-
tennis game.
Wouldn't it? I don't know.
No, no,
Isn't it kind of rough on the apparatus that you're?
actually not.
in your hand?
It's just wireless. It's real lightweight. I'm telling
It's
you,
got
you
the sensors in it and
you
everything.
have tons of fun playing the Nintendo Wii, and I think that's how come Nintendo. At first, when they first announced it was coming out, I was like, "That's the stupidest idea ever," because they're like, "They're gonna give you a wand and you're gonna wave it around." I was like, "That's so dumb." But when you play it, I've had more fun with that than any other game system.
What do you
But
think? What do you think, Marissa? Should we get the Wii?
you probably should. I mean, I'm telling you, your whole family will enjoy.
Tell Mommy to get the Wii.
Yeah, tell my real per person.
Get the Wii. You know?
But Halo 3 should really it's going to take the Xbox 360. They're gonna get at least 1 million consoles sold with that. So that's Microsoft's gonna make a lot of slowly taking over the world.
Yeah, because they're not big enough already. They need more money. Let's go ahead.
They do.
You know, they actually lose money on on most of their video game products. They it's stuff like Halo 3 that keeps them in the loop, but most of the time they lose money. Unlike Sony, their PlayStations and its third generation, they've been making. Actually, for Sony for a while, PlayStation was the only thing making money for the company. Like, it was so big that they weren't. iPods are taking over all their CD player and cassette player and all the other TV makers. There's so many of them now that they didn't have a big share in that market.
Right.
PlayStation was the big.
Well, we have different opinions from our listeners. Chris says the Wii sucks. Everyone played it for a month and then never touched it again. And Marissa said that she heard the kids said it sucked too. It wasn't very fun, but that's from kids. So I don't know. I like the fact that you can download old school games on it. It's for a charge, but you get to keep it on your hard drive on the Wii. You play like SNES games and Nintendo games, stuff like that.
Does we have ours?
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah, it does. You can do that.
I don't know.
That's pretty cool.
Xbox 360 is good too, though. I mean, Halo 3 is probably gonna blow. I mean, I had to leave the day they got it, so that kind of sucked. So I haven't had a chance to play it yet. But I know Halo. I mean, the first Halo, I was kind of like, and then we started playing multiplayer Halo. We get a case of 24 of Natty Light because.
Come on now.
Well, no, this was on the Air Force. This is your military tax
Yes.
hours at work, and you can get a case of 24 for $9.36. For $9.30, you get 24 beers.
There's a reason.
That's right.
Hey, when you're a broke airman in the Air Force, you got
When
nothing
you're
to
broke
do.
anybody, man, that's a good deal.
So we just sit in one of the dorm lobbies with the big screen TVs, and we play Halo like all night long and
That's
drink
sweet.
beer and just.
I don't know. If
That's
you guys
cool.
have any
That's up.
respect as beer drinkers, you got to pick your beer and stay with it. I don't care how much it costs. Come on now.
Ice House.
Ice House is the best beer ever.
Nice house.
I'm not crazy about Ice House, man.
Let's see. Chris says he beat Halo 3 2 days ago. Didn't it only come out 2 days ago?
Yeah.
Chris, you're a hardcore gamer.
Didn't Chris invent the game Halo?
He wears the helmet to work.
Well, it said the campaign should only take about like 10 to 12 hours to beat. Did you beat on normal mode? Probably. They said it's a lot easier now.
I don't know.
Punk.
There's a movie coming out for Halo too.
Yeah, Peter Jackson was involved, but I think he stepped back. I don't know if they're still involved. Weta. I don't know if they're still involved, but anyway, so let's talk about some of the shows that premiered over the past 2 weeks. Did you guys watch the Family Guy on Sunday with the Star Wars Family Guy?
No, I missed it.
I missed
That
it.
was hilarious. You need to check that out, dude.
Damn it. Did they replay them on Fox or anything online?
I don't think they're gonna replay that one. What'd you say?
They don't have any plans to replay that one right now.
Yeah,
Really?
it was all of episode 4 in an hour-long Family Guy. It was awesome.
What about the
Meg was the trash monster.
Damn it. That sucks.
But no,
Yeah, I missed it
you
too.
gotta. Do you watch Family Guy, Vinnie?
Yeah.
All right, yeah,
When I
it was
can, yeah,
hilarious.
I watch it.
They're not going to replay it, but they are. I think they're making plans to have Empire Strikes Back next year. They're going to try to do an annual thing, so that should be pretty cool. But
Shit, Heroes is back on.
Heroes is back on. What's Heroes? Is that a show, guys? Have you seen it?
Heroes.
That's like
yeah.
a sandwich that you eat.
Yeah,
That sounds good right
It was
now.
delicious.
It's very delicious.
What is Marissa? What are you talking about? There's a show called Heroes. I've never heard of it. I just watched Prison Break. That was pretty good. Though.
Oh, man.
Are they like in a Guatemalan prison now? That's what
Yeah,
I seen.
Sona.
Mm.
It's pretty. It's getting a little ridiculous, but maybe it'll redeem itself.
Like they broke out of one prison, now they're on the run, now we're back in another prison. Like,
Right.
wow.
But the
This guy's got some shitty luck.
Magic of
cops
television.
are in prison with him now too, though, so it's okay.
Oh, okay.
Do you watch Survivor, guys?
Yeah.
No.
Saint?
No, I don't want survival.
Did you watch Saint last week? The guy had a pretty funny reaction. The first guy voted out. They shouldn't have voted this guy out because he had a little strength and everything, and he knew what he was doing, but they did because he's the old guy. And when he got voted out that last vote, he goes, "Damn!" And the wrestler chick who's in front of him, Ashley Massaro or something like that, she jumped. You see her jump?
Oh, really?
She was scared of it. It was pretty funny. But
Yeah, I don't watch Survivor.
Survivor is better than last year so far. I don't know. It's only
One of those shows that I really enjoy watching was is The Amazing Race.
Yes, that's coming back mid-season. I love
I like
Amazing
that
Race.
one, but I don't know. I've just never gotten into Survivor.
Me and Jeremy gonna go on the Amazing Race one day. Yeah.
Cool.
I kind of selectively choose like what shows I get into because I feel like if I get into too many shows, then it's just
Yeah, I'm not into a lot of shows. Like I said, I like The Amazing Race. I don't know when that's even coming on.
Mid-season.
Mid-season, but
I tape like 70 shows a week, dude. I don't want to hear that.
the only show that I really put aside time and make sure that I'm there to watch is Heroes right now.
I thought you were gonna say Queer Eye.
No, well, I taped that.
You tape. You don't even DVR.
I don't even DVR.
Get in
I
the
tape
21st
it.
century.
well, let's see. I stopped watching Desperate Housewives. So,
Yeah, it's pretty bad, but I still have to stick with it. G Money didn't pick you for a Desperate Housewives kind of guy.
no, the first season was pretty good. I mean,
Yeah.
I wasn't either. I was like, what is this crap that they keep talking about Desperate
I know.
Housewives? So I watched the first, like they did one of those where they show the first 3 episodes.
I never
and
saw it.
Then I watched the first 2. I was like, actually, this is pretty interesting. But then season 2, it kind of got kind of ridiculous. I was like, okay.
So it's
It's been pretty
stupid.
bad.
I
He
wa-
stopped watching.
That's when I took off.
I watched Grey's Anatomy.
He watches Gossip Girl, and he took off in Desperate Housewives.
Hey, Gossip Girl's good. You haven't watched
Didn't you watch General Hospital
watched
and All My
Beauty-
Children?
Beauty and the
When I was
Geek.
younger, thank you.
Beauty and the Geek. The first season
I
was
watched
pretty
Beauty and the Geek.
The
I
first
still-
season was okay. There a lot of those shows, but now I just feel like they just like a lot of the girls are just acting. A lot of guys,
Yeah.
it's just no one. Like you can't be that dumb.
You know what? I think on a lot of on some of the reality shows, they probably the first season they probably don't script anything. They probably just let
Right,
it go
exactly.
and see what works. And if they see what works, then they say, okay, that has to be in the next.
Exactly.
That has to be next season. That has to be involved.
All right.
So then they start scripting crap, and it's not a reality show anymore. It's just
Yeah, that's one thing I just found out. Do you got any of you watch Big Brother? I know Jeremy does.
I don't watch
Big Brother.
I have before.
I found out that when they're in the diary room or something like that, if they can't get the words out, like I've heard a clip of Kale, one of the contestants from last season, being in the diary room, and she couldn't quite say what she wanted to say or what they wanted her to say.
Right.
So the producers actually said, "Why don't you just say this?" And they said the whole line, and then she went ahead and sent the line.
Right.
That just takes
Well,
all
you
the
gotta
fun.
know. You gotta know that in these TV shows, the editing that they do has got to be
Oh yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like they take a lot of things out of chronological order to make things
Yeah,
seem like a
exactly.
different way. And a lot of times, they
You can edit stuff to make take something out of context and put it into another context so it sounds more.
And a lot of times when the shows are under time constraints, they just, like
Yeah.
you said, they just fake it. They're just like, well, why don't you just say this? Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
they put, I don't know if you've seen that show on MTV, The Pickup Artist, on VH1, The Pickup Artist. Oh, you have?
What is that?
Yeah, it's about, okay. It's like basically he takes a bunch of geeks off the street and this guy mystery teaches them. The only reason I bring it up because I actually have this guy's book. If you actually read the book, it tells you how to pick up supposedly how to pick up women, and actually a lot of stuff he talks about is true if you read it. But the show is completely false because most of the guys in the show are actors. But the things in his book, if you actually read his book, it's a lot of common sense stuff that makes you think about, like, I don't want to get into it because it's going to make me sound kind of cheesy, but
You used the book, right?
oh yeah,
That's why you bought it?
absolutely. Well, okay.
Pick up lines for dummies.
No. I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna sound kind of egotistical, but they talk about people who are just naturals, right?
Marissa says it's about losers and not being able to get a date.
Right. But the show
It's
is
coming from a 13-year-old.
the show is completely fake because all the guys on the show are actors.
Okay.
Like, they've had acting parts. One of the guys was on My Name Is Earl. Another guy was like actual actors. So they're not actual losers. They're just playing losers on there to get the desired results.
Right.
And all the interacting they're doing with girls at the club, a lot of them are like stage 2, even though they say none of this is staged. It's a lie. But I was just saying that's another reality show where if they actually got, a bunch of losers on there trying to get dates, you never know what the outcome could be. So if it turned out negative, you wouldn't have a show. So they have to kind of stage it,
Yeah, definitely.
even though they claim it's a reality show. So
K-ville?
no.
K-ville?
I watched
What
it.
is that? No.
It's pretty good. It's set in post-Katrina, New Orleans.
All right.
Pretty good.
Oh,
I
yeah,
like Cole
the-
Hauser.
the
Cole
cop,
Hauser's
yeah.
good.
Let's be careful with
The
the
cop
pretty
show.
good part.
What? You don't like it? I like Cole Hauser. Anthony Anderson's pretty good. He was good in The Shield when he played the bad guy. But
Anthony Anderson, I'll tell you something about him.
that's great. My wife, when she hears Cole Hauser, she starts having an orgasm. Yeah, I guess I shouldn't say.
Why? Oh, is that the white guy on the show?
Look, it says, yeah, it's the white guy on the show. She likes him.
Anthony Anderson, that guy must have the best agent of anyone I've ever.
I know,
He is in
I know.
everything. I'm
Everything.
watching Transformers. He's in this. What other movie? I'm watching what other movie I'm watching? I was like,
Romeo Must Die is in that.
he's in Romeo Must
He's in
Die.
everything, man.
What was a movie where I was like, he's in this movie? Like, how do you I forgot what it was, but it's a movie where you just out of nowhere, like Anthony Anderson's in it.
He was in A Beautiful Mind. He played John Nash's friend.
He was in Beautiful Mind.
No, I'm just playing, man.
Get out of town.
I don't know.
I was gonna say, what the hell is he doing in that?
Let's see.
Shia LaBeouf has the best agent out there, man. Did you see the summer that kid had?
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, Transformers, Indiana, whatever. I'm not a big. He's okay, but whatever.
He's kind of hot, but I mean, Anthony Anderson is exactly a leading man, but he's been on The Shield. He's been in like every black comedy from, here to, since like 2002. Transformers, all of a sudden he's on there. Now he got his own show, K-ville.
Wait, was he in All About the Benjamins? Maybe we can ask Mr. Carter if he worked with him.
All About the Benjamin? No, he wasn't. I said
okay.
comedy. He wasn't.
Is Bob here?
Yeah.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But,
I said, hey, remember me? I got 100.
Oh, Jesus. God.
Yeah, Romeo Must Die. He was in a barber shop.
That's what Chris is saying. He's like, he's in every Steven Seagal movie.
Yeah,
but that's not much in the past few years.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Those work. It's like, how does this guy get all this work?
Yeah, he's working.
Marissa, we all know what Heroes is about. Thank you for the explanation, though. She actually gave an explanation once I said we didn't know what it was about.
Yeah.
But, we all watched Heroes. We all watched Monday's season
Absolutely.
premiere. I can't say I enjoyed it, but I can't say it was my favorite episode. It was...
No, but it's leading into.
Of course.
I mean, it's a season premiere.
Of
so,
course.
I mean,
but
It's just setting the tone for the rest of the season.
I know.
That's all.
I guess it
I'm
shows
a
a
little
lot of
pissed
stuff.
off that Sulu died, though.
Yeah, I know, man. George Takei, man.
Yeah. Sulu died, and the guy that who he tried to take out disappeared.
Yeah, I want to know who that was.
I think it might be Nathan.
Why would it be Nathan?
I don't know.
No, I think it's one of the originals.
That's
like
what-
the mother.
That's what they
Takei.
said, but the reason I might think it's Nathan.
Because he flew away.
Because he flew. When Endo was bringing him the paper, he bumped into Nathan.
Yeah.
And that's when he got the picture of it. Next, you see Nathan go into the apartment talking to his mom. His mom comes out and she gets the picture of it, Next, you have a hero. I mean, if you're supposed to be some super bad, one of the original guys, all he did was basically knock Sulu off the roof. There was no big climactic sword fight.
yeah.
It was just bump him off the roof and it disappeared.
For all I know, that's the only thing that he can. That's his only power is
That's a
flying.
very interesting theory. I like your theory there. I hadn't thought about
That was
that.
a good theory.
Did we ever find out what Sulu's power was?
No.
No.
I don't think he had
It was to fall off a building.
Well, maybe he's not dead. I mean, who knows?
I think Sulu, I don't know, maybe you could see the future or something, because I think I think Hero, the Japanese guy's actually going to become that hero that he read about in Japan. I think he's going to actually...
Kensei.
Yeah,
Kensei.
Kensei or whatever. I think he's going to take that role and, fall in love with the swordsmith's daughter and say he's going to actually do all the deeds that he read about when he was a young kid.
I like that.
I like that,
Probably
too.
good, yeah. Because I don't think that white guy, the Englishman's going to be Kensei.
He's funny.
He's pretty funny, yeah.
He's fun to hang out with. I mean, he likes to party.
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Let's see. CC says Sulu was beamed back to the Enterprise.
Yeah.
No, I think Scotty missed the coordinates. Like, oops.
Scotty missed the coordinates because he's out near Mars right now.
Yeah, Scotty ain't around no more, so, Yeoman Johnson's the one working the...
But they didn't do anything with the fit.
Johnson, man.
They didn't do anything with the...
Who's Yeoman Johnson?
Yeoman Johnson, the guy who always gets killed when you gotta beam down to a planet.
No, that's always the red shirt.
That's what I'm saying.
It's the fourth guy.
It's always the fourth guy.
It's going to be Spock, Bones, Captain Kirk,
and
and
Johnson.
you.
That's right.
No, I don't want to know. No, I'm putting on a yellow shirt.
Didn't you ever see Boomerang? You see Boomerang?
Eddie Murphy?
It's Eddie Murphy.
Why after me you got to go to Saint? What's that about? You didn't ask Jeremy.
I've actually seen it.
I went this way.
I've actually
When
seen
they're
it.
sitting on the couch and after him and Halle Berry do all the dishes, they sit down and they start watching
No.
Star Trek.
Right.
And he's like, I'm a Trekkie. I know everything about Star Trek. All this kind of stuff. And they all go into the transporter room, and they get onto the transporter, and he goes, see, doesn't Yeoman Johnson know that he's going to be the one that dies? If I was Yeoman Johnson, I said, no, I'm not going. I know what's going to happen if I go down on a planet.
Now I'm putting on a yellow shirt. I work in engineering.
That's right.
But
Yellow security.
Yeah, security. That's right. Yellow is security.
my fault. I'm sorry. I'm not up on my Trekkie.
Okay, there's Trekkie and then there's scary. Okay,
Right.
you just went into the scary realm.
I don't know.
But they didn't show anything about the family,
Yeah, me
which
either.
actually this story is pretty much the most boring one in Heroes. But they didn't show anything about the family, which is kind of like
What the what?
What are we talking about now?
About
you know,
Abby Larder and
Oh.
DJ. What's his name?
I think he's dead. Oh, no, he wasn't dead, but he got
Who?
shot a bunch of times.
who did?
DL. No, that's
DL. That was it. It was
Yeah.
DL and like the blonde that has a split
yeah, right,
personality
with the
and
kid.
Nikki and Jessica.
Yeah.
Micah.
Okay, right.
Yeah. I'm sure
In
they'll
the
be back.
preview, they showed them they're going to be in the next show.
Probably
But
in the next one, yeah.
I could just have a whole show with Claire. It'd be good times. Learn how to cheerlead.
It was cool that she broke her. I was hoping something would happen. Yeah, I was hoping
she
she'd break
broke her
something.
leg or something, fixed it back.
Yeah, fix it back.
it's kind of like an old saying cliche, like women always fall for men that are kind of like their dad, and then she's falling for
Yeah.
the kid that
The kid that
flies.
can fly.
And so it's kind of.
Yeah.
These heroes are
Gotcha.
popping up all over the place, you know.
I know. Yeah.
And then the Spanish one, I don't know, it's kind of weird.
Makes
the
people's
brother-
eyes bleed.
The brother and sister, but I think the
I'm
brother
good with that.
maybe counteracts her power, so when he's around, she
Possibly.
doesn't do it or whatnot. So
Right. As soon as they knocked the brother down, I was like,
you need something
you
bad.
guys
to
are in a
happen.
heap of trouble, man. This girl is gonna mess
She's
you
gonna
up.
transform some monster or something.
Yeah.
Marissa says, I wish that would happen to me. Marissa, what do you wish would happen to you? And we'll keep talking while you type an answer.
Well,
Something about a hero's power, I think.
Probably be able to mend herself.
Mend herself.
Yeah, something.
That'd be
probably.
awesome.
That would be awesome, and I'd be killing myself every day, man, just to show people. Hey, watch this.
Don't hit yourself in the back of the head, though, right there. You know where the cerebrum is, whatever? Right there. Remember whenever they get stabbed or whatever there?
Oh, right in the back of the
They get knocked out, supposedly. But, yeah, she wants to heal herself. That'd be
Yeah,
pretty
the
cool.
healer, yeah. That would be cool.
I thought he just stayed down because the glass was still there. As soon as they took the glass out.
Yes.
That's what it is. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
I don't... If something's in there, like the tree branch with Claire, same thing.
Right.
If there's something stuck in there,
Yeah.
I guess that impedes your ability somehow.
I think that would happen the same way if it was through her heart or anything. You gotta take
No,
it out
no, I
before
don't
she
think
can
so.
heal.
No, I think I'd rather be Peter, man. You just have everyone's power.
Yeah,
Yeah, or Siler.
Siler eats brains. So I don't know.
Well, you gotta, well, no, he has to cut open the brain and he eats them, so he figured out how you tick. Like
Yeah.
his power is he can understand how things work, so
Yeah.
he eats their brains to figure it out.
I'm not all about monkey brains.
I mean, I can leave out the brain eating, but, I mean, if you can attain everyone's power,
that goes back to the zombie movie discussion we had last week.
yeah,
Eating brains.
eating brains.
We had zombie movie discussion last week you missed out on. What else? Journeyman was pretty good. If you guys can catch that.
Yeah, I missed it. I was just,
I don't want to get involved in another show.
I didn't either.
yeah, I really didn't.
I'm hoping most of these shows that I'm watching suck, but they're actually pretty good.
Well, have you seen Chuck yet?
No, like I told you, for some reason my DVR didn't tape it Monday, so I was taping it Saturday.
Chuck, yeah, the one who's got the chip in his head or something.
Yeah.
He downloaded emails or secrets right to his head. I don't know how that happened, but
Okay.
It's in the script. That's how it happened. It's in the script.
that's funny.
Reaper was pretty good too.
Yeah, I'm taping that.
What
tonight.
is Reaper?
Reaper?
Yeah.
What is that?
Was that
Reaper?
directed by Kevin Smith?
Yeah, the first episode is.
What is
It's
that?
about some kid who his dad was sick before he was born, or right when he was really young. I think it was before he was born. So they made a deal with Satan to heal the dad, and when he turns 21.
Okay, yeah.
Satan
I think I
gets
did
when he
see a
turns
little bit of
21.
that.
Yeah, it looks okay. He says it was good, but I don't know about that. Like I said, he likes General Hospital.
Wow.
I'm always gonna go there, man.
Luke
You
and Laura,
can't tell
man.
me you love a soap opera.
What's wrong with Luke and Laura?
My wife makes fun of me. She calls all my shows soaps. I guess Desperate Housewives kind of is a soap opera.
Yeah, they are soaps.
It's a nighttime
Grey's
show.
Anatomy.
Yeah. My story.
Oh, no, yeah,
My grandmother used to call them my story. I gotta watch my story.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think the thing that makes them different is like soap operas are just so cheesy, and eventually, you know, because they're every day, that they just their storylines get even. You ever seen some of them where they have like ghosts and all kinds of crazy stuff?
Ghosts
going on?
or doubles, clones, and
My twin, and it's just
somebody comes back to life. I mean, it's
Dr. Drake Ramore
yeah, right.
from Friends.
From Friends. Shit, I'd rather watch Joey in the soap opera. Than
I don't know about all that now.
but Curb is back, so
Curb. Oh, dude, I got that on my phone.
Weeds.
That's my ringtone.
Kirby
Weeds has been
Enthusiasm.
pretty good. I watched Weeds last night.
I haven't seen-
Californication's pretty good.
I haven't seen the last episode where
Oh,
Mary
same.
Kate or whichever one of those is like.
Yeah, it's
she
Mary
came
Kate, I
in.
think. There we go.
Oh, Mary Kate, she's in Weeds now, right?
Way to go, Mike.
Kirby
That's some
Enthusiasm.
Kirby Enthusiasm music. I just downloaded it the other day.
So interesting.
What I'm really just dying for is a new season of The Wire. You guys watch The
Next
Wire?
January,
Yeah, I never
man.
saw The Wire.
January.
Yeah,
The
I
Wire
saw
is. Oh man, you got.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that. I heard it was real good. And
People-
I heard that from you mostly.
People will
Wire
always
rules.
tell you, man, and people never want to believe you, but it's better than The Sopranos. And
Yeah.
no one wants to believe, because I mean the storyline is you watch it, it's 10 times more realistic than anything you watch on
The
Sopranos.
problem is, it's not episodic. It's more you got to stay with it. It's a series.
Right. You
If
have to
people don't
stay
stay
with
with it for the whole
Yeah.
season.
That's
you're
the
gonna,
whole thing. That's why I never got into
Right.
it.
Yeah, but it's
'cause-
only like 10 episodes, and if you have like on demand or if you
Yeah, you
tape
can
them or whatever,
rewatch
I mean,
it. Yeah, you can
you can
rewatch
watch them all at one time and it'd be like
Yeah.
a 10-hour thing.
Like I tell anybody, season 4 of The Wire is probably the best season of television of any dramatic TV show. Did you seen season?
Yeah, I've seen all
all
of them.
season 4.
Yeah.
It's like season 1 was good. Season 2 was kind of okay. It took a little time because they tried to go in two different
You don't like the
directions.
ports?
See, well, I mean, I liked it, but not as much. With season 3, they brought it back. Season 4, they took a completely different direction. Like, you're like, where is this going to go? And it all came together, with the school. I mean, it deals with drug issues, school issues, politics. And you think it's just too much, but it all blends. The writers keep all the story together.
That's cool.
And to me, it's like, The Sopranos keeps winning Emmys, and the Wire doesn't win anything. I'm like,
Sopranos ain't going to win anything anymore.
Yeah, they
because
do.
they're over, but
Cece says, was that a spin-off of a BBC series? I think The Wire was an original thing. It was based on a book or something.
No, it was a spin-off
It was?
of what was it?
Homicide.
No.
Actually, no, the guy that did
David Simon.
David Simon did do Homicide: Life on the Streets in Baltimore. That was his original show, but The Wire is based off of like a short.
A short novel or something.
It was a short miniseries that was on TV.
Okay.
It was,
Okay.
and then they spin it into The Wire. And I'd say anybody out there that hasn't seen it, just go out and watch it from the first season on. And by the time you get to season 4, at the end of the season, I was blown away. 'Cause I couldn't miss an episode. I was like so wrapped up. I was wrapped up in it way more than I was Sopranos.
Yeah.
At the end, Sopranos was kind of like, no one points to getting whacked. Tony's doing
Don't
his thing,
stop.
Yeah.
That was pretty good, though. I like The Wire.
Sopranos was good, but a lot of people are wrapped up in the.
All right, Marissa's leaving. See you later, Marissa. Thanks for leaving.
You think mafioso
Yeah, that type of thing, gangster type of stuff, and
Like The Wire is like that, but it's not. It's like cops and robbers, but you see everyone's perspective, and you see how everything gets interconnected. And in season 4, they take it to the school system, politics, and you just see how everything is just all intertwined and nothing gets solved, and you just realize how real it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I mean, if it's something that's a little more realistic. Sopranos, it was realistic in a sense where, that stuff probably does go on in the mafia and stuff, but,
At the end of the day, you're rooting for a psychopathic serial killer.
Exactly.
Tony. Everyone loves Tony Soprano, but if you met Tony Soprano in real life, you probably wouldn't want to stay around him too long because he's probably going to extort money from you, steal something from you, or at worst kill you. And not even think twice about it. So.
Exactly.
Oh well. Yeah, we have 2 minutes left, so.
2 minutes in the show?
2 minutes left in show. We haven't taken it. Wow. It's been an hour and a half since we took a break. That's how fast time flies.
Time flies when you owe money.
I mean, once Jeremy gets here, we all want to get away from him, so time just flies. So
right. Go. All right, it's over.
Nah, G Money, you gotta be dependable. Now you're gonna be here from now on. Because when are you leaving, Saint? Let's tell our listeners.
They're on the end of this month.
End of October.
October.
Oh, okay. Thank God. I was going to say, 3 days left.
This would be his last show. Good times. So Saint will be leaving at the end of October. So we still have 4 shows with him, I think.
Sure.
I'll be here for all of them, even on my wife's birthday. Heather, hey, we're going to go to dinner down here. You're going to come be on the show, Heather.
Bring Heather into the show.
Yeah, she can be on the show that night. Let's see. Does this mean Saint?
She's like my birthday presents to be on a crappy radio show.
And I'm sure that's exactly what she wants.
Yeah. Well, thanks, honey.
Hey, it's not a crappy radio show. Come on now. It's good times. We all have fun.
Oh, yeah.
But
I was speaking from Heather's perspective. I'm sorry.
Yes, that's what I was doing.
Cece wants to know if you're going to be a Seahawks fan now instead of a Dolphins fan. Are you a fair weather fan?
Absolutely. Well, actually, maybe I should. Seeing how the Dolphins are going to be.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm like, I've always been a Seahawks fan.
I've always been a Seahawks fan.
What do you mean, gonna be?
Tim Hasselbeck. Go Tim Hasselbeck.
Go Tim.
Matt.
I know. It was a joke. That was the whole thing. Yeah, because he wasn't really a fan.
No, but, when we suck, I'm not going to get my Gator.
Now it'll be Supersonics and Seahawks. And Mariners.
Actually, the stadiums are next to each other. That's pretty cool. Going on the highway, you can see both stadiums opened and got the roofs.
That's a real nice stadium, too.
Yeah.
Heather says it's fun to insult Michael. She could do that. So we'll have her in here on the 25th of October, so that she'll be our guest.
That's a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah, I know you know that. So anything else, guys? We got a minute left. This is it.
No, thanks everybody for.
Just cease. Thanks for listening. And if you're listening through the phone.
Really, you need to get that worked out. Call a Geek Squad from Best Buy.
Yeah, definitely. Call Geek Squad. Have them come over and take a look at that damn thing.
If you Big Dog Mama, if you're listening, if you get regular audio and you still can't hear us, it's probably you need to install Adobe Flash Player. So you can just Google that. To download that.
Right.
And what does that have to do with the on-off button?
Well, if she can't hear us, if she can see the webcam, then there's something else wrong. So
I don't know if she can see webcam.
But let's see.
Sure.
Let's thank our listeners. Chris from West Virginia. Mr.
Yeah, Chris.
Let's thank Mike D. No thanks?
Yeah,
no thanks for me? I'm on the site, though.
Who's Mike D?
That's me. I told you guys to bring your laptop so we can sign in and chat.
I'm not doing that.
I like the kid that's rocking MCA way better.
Let's see. CC, thanks. You're our loyal listener here every Thursday. My wife, Heather, my beautiful, wonderful wife. And my parents, if they're listening, and so.
See, now it's beautiful, wonderful because you got to go home now.
And
she's listening now.
I think that's all that's listening. I don't know. So we're gonna go out with some Puff Daddy. I like a little Puff Daddy now and then.
You mean Diddy?
Yeah, P Diddy now. He was Diddy for this album.
Now it's just Diddy.
Now it's just Diddy.
There's no more P. It's just Diddy.
Well, I got to take a Diddy, so I got to go.
A little bad boy for life going out on.
Okay.
So I want to thank Big Dog, G Money, Saint. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for tuning in. Visual Saints, Stickem.com. See you next Thursday. Out.
Man, half drugs, ass to clubs. Bad boy, that's what's up. After bucks, crush crews after us. No games, we ain't laughing much. Nothing but big things. Check the hit list, how we twist shit. What changed with the name? We still here, you're rocking with the best. Don't worry if I write rhymes, I write checks. Who's the boss? Dudes is lost. Don't think cause I'm iced out, I'ma cool off. Who else but me? And if you don't feel me, that means you can't touch me. It's ugly, trust me. Get it right, dog, we ain't never left. We just move in silence and rep to the death. It's official, I survived what I've been through. Y'all got drama, the saga continues. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. We can't be stopped now, cause it's bad boy for life. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. We can't be stopped now, cause it's bad boy for
Hey,
life.
straight from the Harlem streets. I don't play, y'all pussy down with the Harlem Heat. All of a sudden, niggas got a problem with me. Black, what happened? They running around acting like the black boy can't eat. And you know what? For some strange reason, I'm on for this medication for the deranged needing. For y'all to put the word out.